I'm Doug Brown. Two big contracts today for offensive linemen in the NFL. Elton Jenkins of the Packers gets a 4-year extension worth $68 million. Jack Conklin of the Browns gets a 4-year extension worth $60 million. The marquee game tomorrow, Week 16, the Eagles and Cowboys in Arlington. For the Eagles, quarterback Jalen Hurts out with a right shoulder injury. Gardner Minshew in.
I'm excited to get out there, Unfortunate circumstances, obviously, It's been great watching everything Jalen's been doing this year. I feel like I've learned a lot from him. We got a lot of great dudes on this team, and they've really done a good job of making me feel comfortable and, getting me up to speed.
Gardner Minshew. Word from the Lakers today that Anthony Davis will be out indefinitely with a stress injury in his right foot. Davis got hurt last week against the Nuggets. From college football, Illinois running back Chase Brown will enter the NFL draft. He will not play against Mississippi State in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Brown is third in the FBS this year in rushing yardage.
Hi, this is Max Kellerman from Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. All of us here at ESPN Radio would like to wish you happy holidays and a happy new year.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt!
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musu. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Final show before Christmas, and for yours truly, a final show of the year. I'll be out next week. Looking forward to a little R&R with the fam here during the holidays, and be ready to roll back here on January 3 after LSU takes on Purdue in the Citrus Bowl. Something I do want to revisit at some point later on in the show today is the LSU bowl schedule. It is a bit unorthodox what Brian Kelly's doing. LSU is going to spend an entire week in Orlando. And there are different schools of thought whereby you certainly want to make it a business trip. You also want it to be a reward. And it's a delicate balancing act where there are some teams who, when you're gone for a week, guys get bored out of their mind. Like you're living in a hotel for a week. And by the time the game comes, you're just over it. So look, if you're going to do that, it's a fine line to walk. There's a delicate balance you have to strike to make sure those guys stay engaged for as long as you're there. But that's what Brian Kelly's going to do. So we'll talk about that coming up a bit later in the show. So a lot to get to. We'll talk Saints, Browns, Terrio next hour. And as Brian Kelly promised, it was a big day out of the transfer portal. So let's begin right there. LSU on Wednesday did add 25 high school signees. And today was a gigantic day for everyone to come on down. Some of these guys we knew. I'm not sure how this is going to go, Muse. I'm not going to lie. How are you feeling right out the chute?
No, but we're gonna give it a go here.
You know what? I love radio. I do. I love radio. It's theater of the mind. I love that you can have fun with things. But, man, there are strikes and gutters.
Yes.
Remember Ryan's Wise?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, the second Ryan's Wise, unfortunately.
Like the first one went really well.
The first one was great.
And they're like, hey, we could do this. And then it never went well again. Yeah. Sometimes you feel good about something right at takeoff, and then sometimes it's like, man, I got a bad feeling about walking down.
Give it a go.
You know what it's like,
Let's announce somebody.
This is like, you know what I want? I don't want this music.
Okay.
I want the music we use for trivia. That's what I want.
All right.
Yeah, give me that. Different vibe. It's the Family Feud music, right?
Yeah.
You know why this will work even better? Give me that one, because it's almost like
It's not the right game show.
Huh?
It's not the right game show. Is that why it'll work?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, because you're gonna do like a Price is Right thing. You're doing Family Feud. You know what? Forget about it. Here we go.
Doesn't this feel better?
A little bit. Yeah.
And on the Family Feud, they're like, it's the Lawrence family. Hey, crank it up, yes, yeah. Introducing first, the lone offensive transfer player out of the portal, former 5-star receiver from Edna Carr via Alabama, Aaron Anderson. Hey, see, doesn't that feel better?
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
5'9", 185, true legit speed. Brian Kelly has said he does not want to take transfer players with only 1 year of eligibility remaining. Aaron Anderson played in just one game, so he's got 4 years to play for in Baton Rouge. Should he choose them all, immediately will help you in the return game and is going to be a deep threat in the kicking game. Now, next, on the defensive line, Jalen Lee, come on down. You're the next contestant here on the Family Feud. This is a terrible idea.
Good answer.
No, this is bad. I appreciate your commitment to it, Muse. Keep giving me I need Paulie to give me a good answer. Give me a Paulie. What do you think? Hey, Jalen Lee.
Good answer.
Yeah,
Good
okay,
answer.
all right. That's like an elf.
Yeah.
When you needed Walter to sing at the end.
Yeah,
That's what you needed,
put it
and
right
that's
over the
what put
top.
it over the top. That's what we needed from Paulie. Brian Kelly has prioritized Louisiana guys. Jalen Lee is one of them. 6'2", 308. He's a guy who, from Live Oak, from Watson, went to Florida. He's played 3 years. That's not going to be a guy that's super athletic in the middle, but it's a big 300-pound space eater that's going to give you depth, and you desperately needed it. Alongside Jalen Lee, we go outside of the state of Louisiana to Tucson, Arizona, Paris Shand.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you, Paul.
Good answer.
Okay, thank you. Yes, okay, wonderful. Yes, Paris Shand, 6'5", 290. He's from Canada, eh? Eh? He's from Toronto.
He's the Mountie.
He's from Toronto. No, I don't think this dude's fitting on a horse, dog. He's 6'5", 290. That poor horse. I don't think so, bro. LSU lists him as a defensive tackle. He was an end at Arizona, but at 6'5", 290, the versatility to play inside or out. Remember, LSU needs rotational pieces behind Mason Smith, behind Mekhi Wingo. You've got Jacoby and Guillory coming back as well. Now you add Jalen Lee, Paris Shand, couple of big bodies in the middle, and no, not that Jordan Jefferson, but Jordan Jefferson! Come on in!
Good answer.
Okay,
Good
yeah,
answer.
great.
Good
Wonderful. Thank you for trying to keep this ship afloat. Jordan Jefferson, we told you about him yesterday. Got word that this was likely going to happen. 6'4", 305, a senior, so he will have a year of eligibility remaining, and I guess could come back for a super senior season should he choose. But so theoretically 2 years for Jordan Jefferson to play in Baton Rouge. 6'4", 305, another big guy in the interior. Brian Kelly told you they wanted rotational guys and depth on the defensive line, which they completely lacked this year. It was basically Jay Roy, Mekhi Wingo, go get them, and every now and again they throw Jacoby and Guillory in there. A 3-man rotation on the interior ain't going to cut it. Now you have at least 6, and that's before you even count Bryce Langston, Ty G. Hill, the guys from last year's class who came in as well. So you have fortified that defensive line. Now, of course, you know you need edge rushers. You got to be able to pressure the quarterback. B.J. Ojolari out the door. Desmond Little entered the transfer portal. All you got really right there is Xavier Carter and, albeit a 5-star incoming freshman, and Deshaun Womack. You knew you needed to get experience there, and they got it. Braden Swinson, come on down. Braden Swinson, the defensive end edge. Paul, I did not hear anything from you.
Great answer. Great answer. How about that? Great answer. It's definitely up there. Survey says.
I love when Steve Harvey makes fun of it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's the best.
He just intentionally tries to make them go viral.
Yes. Because do you know when Price is Right? Not Price is Right. What's it called? Family Feud. Do you know when the Family Feud actually airs?
No.
Yeah, nobody does. But you watch clips on YouTube, though.
Absolutely.
All the time. I bet my grandmother knows, though.
That's a good show.
Probably locked in every. Oh, of course it was. Yeah. Braden Swinson, 6'4", 233, spent 3 years up in Eugene, Oregon. So LSU gets its edge rusher there. Remember, you're very likely going to see Savion Jones fill the role that he did a year ago, or during this past season, rotating with Ali Gay as the big end, as they call it, on the left side. And at Jack, that's where Braden Swinson would fill in that B.J. Ojulari spot. So Swinson, Deshaun Womack, Xavier Carter, those are the guys you would look for in that Jack position as well. Now, LSU got its speedy wide receiver. They got its beef and its depth on that defensive line. You know they needed defensive back help. And boy, did they get it. Denver Harris, Kevin
Let's go.
You excited? Oh, thank you, guys. That was good. Muse, yours was a little muted. It felt a little disingenuous.
Let's go, Denver Harris!
Okay, yeah! Right! 6'1", 175. He is a sophomore out of Houston. We all know the story here. At one point a year ago, he was the highest-ranked cornerback in the country. He finished in last year's composite the 23rd best player, went to Texas A&M, little bit of a knucklehead, did some stupid things, videoed himself speeding through a parking garage, missed curfew, got suspended a couple of times, ends up leaving College Station, and ends up in Baton Rouge. If he stays on the straight and narrow, Denver Harris is a day one starter at LSU. Next year when they play Florida State, he will be one of your starting cornerbacks, provided he purges all the knucklehead out of him and he's ready to roll and play football, because that is a talented dude who's ready to roll. And the guy who could be started opposite him might just be a not one but two-time FCS All-American from Lauraville, Louisiana via Southeastern, Zy Alexander.
Line up.
Yeah.
That's the number one answer.
Yeah, right. I love it. And he's actually wearing jersey number 1 in his photo.
Boom.
Although I think he's going to be number 14. But anyway, Zy Alexander, we told you about him yesterday. Lil Birdie told me that Zy Alexander was likely going to end up in this class, and here you have it. Two-time FCS All-American. He is long. 6'3", 185, can flip the hips. He can run, athletic dude, and he's a guy that should be on the field early for LSU. And now you look at Denver Harris, Zy Alexander, a couple of talented veteran guys to go with LaTerrence Welsh. Sevyn Banks, still the injury issues that we know. We already talked about Jeremiah Hughes out of Bishop Gorman. You've got Ashton Stamps coming out of Rummel. So you got numbers there, and they may not be done either, looking at that defensive back position at corner. But LSU has fortified those numbers with some experience. So Brian Kelly said maybe 10 transfers. They landed on 7. And I'm here to tell you, they ain't done yet. Remember, the portal stays open until January the 20th. That's the deadline for players to enter the portal. They could sign at any time or could join a team at any time, and there's another portal window after spring. So don't think that this LSU roster is set just yet, but 7 players that the LSU has added now via the portal. So the 25 on Wednesday, 7 more puts them at 32, and you're probably going to see another handful between now and the start of next football season. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're with us here. Friday show is brought to you by Dan Juan Cigar Bar. Final show here before Christmas. Final show for me of the year, and we'll look to finish it with a punctuation mark. I don't know what punctuation mark that would be, considering the way we started here.
Hopefully not a question mark. That wouldn't be very good.
I think that's certainly on the table after the opening segment reviews. I mean, look, strikes and gutters, right? We try things. Yeah. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, the get the gat thing from the White House, people still talk about that, right? Sometimes you have a good and sometimes it's the $25,000 pyramid, Family Feud, whatever it is we just did with all that. But it's the holidays. 'Tis the season to be merry.
That's my name.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it. It's AFR.
AFR.
Thought about it. I gave it a long, hard thought. How could I bleep it? Anyway. Okay, we're brought to you by Pluckers. Nicholson, Bluebonnet, dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. 28 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, ice-cold draft beer, full-service bar, sports on TV. Pluckers is open. If you need a stocking stuffer, that last-minute gift idea, I forgot about Uncle Ned. Get by Pluckers. Get Uncle Ned a gift card from Pluckers. Great spot to go. And remember, look, we got a huge weekend. I mean, you got football today. We got the Indy Bowl going on right now. Got another bowl game tonight. The Otter likes Wake Forest, by the way. And you got a full day of NFL tomorrow and Sunday. Now, they're not open on Christmas Day, but you can get them by Pluckers. Nicholson, Bluebonnet, dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. It's Pluckers. Remember, gift cards, gift cards, gift cards. If you're swinging by today, you're at the mall, you need that last-minute idea, just swing on into Pluckers, either location, pick up that gift card. It's Pluckers, where if you like our wings, we'll give you the bird.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today.
It's that time. Christmas time is here.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Muse, I read an article about Chevy Chase, who is almost 80 years old.
Hey.
He's about to turn 80. He is on a tour. Like, he apparently does this every year, where he goes into all these different cities, and he goes on a tour. And he with like there's like a live viewing of Christmas Vacation, and then he does a Q&A. How about that? 80 years old.
Wait, I need to attend one of these.
That's what I'm saying. I read it this week that he's still out there pushing. And then on some of his social media, it was him, Beverly D'Angelo, and Christy Brinkley. Like in a picture from like last week.
That's awesome.
I know. Interesting.
That's good, man. I like that.
It's good. If you don't love Christmas Vacation, then we're just you and I are probably just not compatible. That's all there is to it. It's okay if we're not. I mean, not everybody's compatible. But if you don't, that's a good jumping off point for me. If you don't like that movie, you're probably not going to get me. Anyway, love it. So, Saints are headed up to Cleveland. Weather is really the story. I mean, it's frigid here. It's weird to say that, but in a literal sense, I mean, it is. It's 28 degrees right now. It's 3:20 in the afternoon. We're not in Cupertino. We're in Baton Rouge. Here it is. Thank you, Siri. A little Cupertino thing. I'm like, why does it say Cupertino? That's not where I am. 29 degrees in Baton Rouge right now. Like, it's the middle of the day, and it's 29 degrees. So, yes, it's frigid here. And in Cleveland, it should be even worse. That's why you've seen the total on this game continue to drop. They're projecting the total is 32. That means, for those that don't know, for gambling purposes, you can bet a point spread, money line, which means who wins. And then you can also bet the total, over, under, how many combined points are going to be scored in the game. And this number, Muse, do you remember where the total opened this week? I don't.
I'm pretty sure it opened at 32. I saw it get to 32.5 after that.
No, it was higher.
Was it higher?
It was higher.
The first number that I must have got in late, because the first number I saw was 32.
It was higher, certainly. And it dropped significantly once a lot of the weather reports showed up. And they're not only projecting, it's 11. They're projecting 11 degrees in Ohio. 11 degrees and wind for the game between the Saints and the Browns. Snow is possible. So when you're talking about freezing temperatures and wind, that's not conducive for offense, obviously, and especially when you look at two teams that have struggled offensively, and the Saints certainly have been that. I mean, the Saints averaged 20 points a game, and the Browns averaged 22 points a game. In Cleveland's last outing, they beat Baltimore 13-3. And they lost to Cincinnati 23-10. So and then they beat Houston in Deshaun Watson's season debut 27-14. So on the road in a dome they scored 27. At Cincinnati they scored 10, and then at home against Baltimore they scored 13. So Cleveland has struggled to score. Deshaun Watson's still trying to get his rhythm with this offense after not playing for a year and a half. And you throw him into the mix here, and now these temperatures and the weather being what it is, no one is really anticipating there being much offense, and the Saints have had their own issues. They scored 10 in a loss to Pittsburgh, scored 27 that win against the Rams. They were shut out against San Francisco, scored just 16 against Tampa, and then 21, the winner in the Dome this past weekend, 21-18. So you have two of the worst offenses in the NFL, and now you're talking about this weather. Dennis Allen was asked before the team left, this is 3, if we could, Muse, about the wind and how much they're monitoring that, how much it might impact this game.
Well, look, you have to have contingency plans for anything, and I think wind is probably the biggest factor that affects the game. It's not cold, it's not snow, it's not any of those factors. It's more about the wind. So we'll see what the wind is when we get there. I think they're calling for it to be pretty windy, but until you kind of get into the stadium and, really get a feel for exactly what it's like, you just have to have contingency plans either way.
Not only would the wind affect the passing game, but remember, wind would also affect special teams. Would you line up and attempt a 48-yard field goal in a swirling wind with gusts around 30 miles an hour? Probably not. So you might see teams go for it more. You might see more of a rush-oriented offense. I mean, this is going to feel like Army-Navy, is quite honestly what it's probably going to feel like. Andy Dalton talked about the issues with the wind.
I think the wind will be the more of a factor than just the temperature out there. I think it says 30 to 50 mile per hour winds. I mean, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, that's significant. Deshaun Watson, as we mentioned, giving it a go again. This will be his 4th start since returning. The Browns are 6-8 on the season. Of course, Saints are 5-9. Saints just 1-5 away from home. Cleveland has a winning record at home. They're 4-3. So with good reason, Cleveland is a favorite in this game. But Deshaun Watson was asked this week about now having made 3 starts, kind of coming into his own within this offense.
This whole process has been just taking it one day at a time, regardless if but when I was in the building all season during training camp, and then when I was away from the building, it still was going to be a process regardless, because it's, we never really had the opportunity to play in the game together, other than, a couple plays in preseason, which was more operational and just kind of getting my feet back on the grass. But, we knew it was going to be a learning curve. We knew that it was going to take some time. So we're not pressuring ourselves or try to, force any issues or force anything. We just take it one day at a time, one snap at a time, one rep at a time. And we just got to continue to build and have that open mind that we can do that.
So the Saints were obviously very much in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes a year ago, really in the offseason. And they came up short. He ends up going to Cleveland, and it looked like he was going to end up in Atlanta, then ended up obviously going to Cleveland, and now you're going to have to face him with your own uncertainty there. One thing, though, that I don't know that we can minimize, the Saints are going to be without Chris Olave. We know it. And look, in this game in particular, it may not matter, right? If you're not expecting to see a heavy influence on the passing game, no Chris Olave. Jarvis Landry, his season is done, we know as well. Michael Thomas, his season has been over. So your options through the air are limited. Could be a great opportunity for someone like Taysom Hill in this ballgame. If you want to just kind of get creative in the running game, you could certainly do that. But one thing that I am a bit disappointed in is, if you remember, Jarvis Landry was in Cleveland. He was drafted by Miami, had an amazing start to his career, and an historic start, quite honestly, to his career. It was like Odell and Jarvis were flip-flopping for the most productive starts to an NFL career for a receiver, as far as receptions, receiving yards, etc. And Jarvis, of course, was dealt from Miami after 4 seasons to Cleveland, and he was there from 2018 to 2021. And Cleveland was featured on Hard Knocks, if you remember. And one of the most famous moments of that Hard Knocks season was Jarvis Landry in the receiver room giving an impassioned, expletive-laced speech, if you remember.
I don't know what the has been going on here, and I don't know why it's been going on here, but if you're not hurt, like if your hamstring ain't falling off the fucking bone, your leg ain't broke, I don't know, like you should be fucking practicing. Like, straight up. Like, that shit is weakness. And that shit is contagious as f***. And that shit ain't gonna be in this room, bro. That shit has been here in the past, and that's why the past has been like it is, bro. That shit is over with here, bro. If you can f***ing practice, f***ing practice. You can't get no better. Ain't nobody gonna get better by being on the f***ing sideline if you ain't f***ing hurt. If you not f***ing hurt, you gotta f***ing practice. Because you make other motherfuckers work even fucking harder. Now they had more fucking risk of getting hurt because you don't want fucking practice, because you're being a bitch.
Jarvis Landry, the anti-Allen Iverson. If your hamstring isn't falling off the bone, you need to be practicing. Also, one of the reasons why I love Juice. He's one of my all-time favorite players ever from LSU in any sport ever. I love him. I love the way he plays the game. I love his attitude. I love his all-in as a receiver, as a special teamer, as a whatever he's doing. And I would love to have seen him play in this game in particular, going back to Cleveland. Not that he has any vendetta against Cleveland, but the fact that he is really beloved by their fan base for things like that, which you just heard. And it would have been really cool to see him get to go back to Cleveland and play this game. But Saints will be without, and they'll have to get creative offensively, as this is not projected to be this ain't gonna be a fun game to watch. It's gonna be a put your head down, get through it, and see who can come out victorious. Maybe protect the football, make enough plays to get a win. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from our friends over at the Williamson Eye Center. Dr. Blake Williamson and the staff do an amazing job. I've told you about my experience over the years. They've just been incredible. From that first meeting I had with Dr. Blake Williamson to go over my full evaluation to see if I were a candidate for LASIK, him explaining the process to me, the procedure, and then actually during surgery. Dr. Blake does what he calls vocal local, as in anesthesia. It's basically the way he talks to you during the procedure is so soothing. You'd have to experience it to understand what I'm saying, but just his voice brings this level of calm over you, and it's one of the reasons why he's as great at what he does as he is. It's the Williamson Eye Center. Give yourself the gift of sight. 924-2020. Call 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. That's WilliamsonEye.com. Okay, y'all, it's After Further Review. Terrio coming up in 30 minutes from right now. Ryan's letter. We have a lot of Christmas-themed convos with Terrio here coming up, so we're looking forward to that. We will talk a little bit about LSU basketball. Pels get a win last night, second of a back-to-back tonight. They're at OKC. We'll dive into that one. Terrio's thoughts on Jay Daniels returning, the quarterback situation, the bowl prep that we're talking about as well. We'll get into all that with Terrio coming up. For the Right Radio Hours here on a Friday edition of AFR, we're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We'll not got a break. We'll go around the SEC when we come back. Stay here.
AFR. It's a raving fan shout-out. Presented by Darren James & Associates, brokered by eXp Realty.
Of course, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season from Darren James & Associates, brokered by eXp Realty. If, as we head into the new year, you are thinking about selling your home, maybe the new year is going to cause a career change, a move, something like that. You have to sell your home or buy a new one. You need Darren James. Remember, Darren has a love it or leave it program. If you buy a home from Darren, for whatever reason, if you have to move within a year, he will sell your home for free for his half of the commission. It's Darren James. No realtor works harder to get your home sold faster for more money than Darren James, and the proof is in the pudding. Wall Street Journal's listed the top 1% of realtors in America. If you need to sell your home, you need Darren James. 335-7666. That's Darren's cell. Call or text him, 335-7666, or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication, grit.
We get it done with passion for our fans
and love for our community. We are
the Tigers.
Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
So we're watching the Indy Bowl. ULL up 13-6 on Houston. It's like 10 degrees there. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Shreveport, Louisiana? Oh. She didn't say it, but it's 24 degrees. It popped up.
She's too cold. She can't. Like
whatever, Siri.
Yeah, they had new heat. They did put new turf down there, and they had heaters on the sideline, and it burned the turf.
Oh.
Yeah, the new turf that was put down, according to Dave Neal doing the play-by-play like last week.
Well, if you're going to burn the turf, at least you're burning the turf on the sideline and not on the field. Cajuns here at the 5-yard line. Otter looking pretty good on this one so far. It's early. It's 5 seconds to go till half. And Cajuns have an opportunity to either kick a field goal here to go up 16-6 or maybe take another shot in the end zone 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You try another one? Do they have?
Where are they? Are they?
They're at the 5.
Oh, yeah. You got 5 seconds, you can get a playoff, huh?
You cannot scramble. I mean, this
That's
is
true.
just,
It's gotta be quick.
This is hit your back foot. No, they're kicking it. This is the smart play. It is the smart play. I mean, any hesitation, ball deflected up in the air. I mean, yeah.
This is the Independence Bowl. This is Shreveport. We're supposed to get weird here, all right? Come on.
I don't know if the Independence Bowl ever gets weird.
The snow game with LSU in it, that was kind of weird.
Already made the field goal. The snow game, the famous snow game, was the Mississippi State
A&M.
Texas A&M game in the 2000 season. But I was at the game in '97, the Notre Dame Indy Bowl with Rondell Mealy going wild in that one.
Gold jerseys.
Gold jerseys, white helmets. No, they went gold helmets.
I thought it was the white
No,
helmet.
they went white helmets.
White, gold, white. Yeah, right? That's what they did.
They wore gold jerseys at home against Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So this is a weird. Anyway, that game in the Indy Bowl, I don't know that you necessarily. It was sleeting a little earlier in the game, but for the game was just like rain. It was nasty. Anyway, that game, I think it was 90. It was either 95 or 96. I want to say it was 96 in Tiger Stadium against Vanderbilt. Remember, LSU hired Jerry DiNardo from Vanderbilt. Well, Jerry D is the one who brought back the white jerseys, and part of the rule, the contingency, is the opposing team had to agree to allow LSU to wear white at home. Well, Vanderbilt was being very petty and would not allow LSU to wear their white at home because obviously LSU had hired Jerry DiNardo away. And so LSU said, I'll see your petty and I'll raise you. And so LSU wore gold jerseys at home against Vanderbilt instead of going back to their purple. But they wore gold. They stuck with their gold helmets. The weird thing is the golds didn't match. It was it was not. See if you can find a picture of it. It was not a great look. It was not a banner day for LSU uniform wise. But they did beat the brakes off of Vanderbilt. I think they shut them out in Tiger Stadium that day. Maybe it was like a close first half, and then LSU rolled the second half, or maybe they rolled in the first half and didn't score much in the second half, whatever it was. But anyway, and I guess I never just see the Independence Bowl as being weird. But I think to the grander point, it was like, who really cares? To that extent, I'm with you. It's like, it's the bowl game in Shreveport. Go for it. I mean, what do we do? But that's the smart play. The only reason I brought it up was we were looking at, just kind of glancing up at the TV there during the break, and Dana Holgorsen is wearing a Mississippi State hoodie. Of course, Dana Holgorsen was a member of Mike Leach's staff, and I can certainly respect paying tribute to Mike Leach. The odd thing is I know these coaches are contracted with their apparel. Like for example, LSU is a Nike school. The head coach has to wear the color opposite the jersey. So, for example, LSU wears white jerseys, you're going to see Brian Kelly in purple. If LSU's in purple jerseys, you're going to see Brian Kelly in white. Same with Alabama. If Bama's wearing their crimson jerseys, you're going to see Nick Saban in white, and then vice versa. So, like, all that is contracted. I'm curious if Houston had to get, I don't know what apparel company or deal Houston has, but I'd be very curious to know if they had to get some type of permission for Dana Holgorsen to wear a Mississippi State hoodie on the sideline of their bowl game. Because all that stuff, look, paying tribute is one thing, and I'm totally for it, but there's ways you could do it, right? You could wear a patch, an emblem, a lot of different things. That's an interesting one. To wear another school's apparel is that's it. I don't know that I've quite honestly ever seen that. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're with us here. All right, we usually have Tigers and the Pros coming up in the next segment. Terrio in about 20 minutes from right now. I do have a quick thought on Jets-Jags from last night. Not really anything at all in particular about the game, just a bigger picture thing I want to talk about. We'll do that in a second. Right now, though, let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia added 2 of the top transfer wide receivers in the country on Thursday. A former Mississippi State star, Ra Thomas, and Missouri standout, Dominic Lovett. Thomas led Mississippi State in receiving this season. Lovett had 56 catches for 846 and 3 touchdowns at Mizzou. Georgia was a rarity in college football. They did not take a single transfer a year ago, but 2 big-time receivers so far this year.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Arkansas has added South Florida linebacker Antonio Greer, 6'1", 223. Greer was committed to Central Florida to play for defense coordinator Travis Williams. Well, Williams got hired by Arkansas as their new defensive coordinator and followed Williams, and now Greer has followed Williams to Fayetteville. Greer was All-American Athletic Conference first team in 2021. He'll have 1 year of eligibility remaining. He was a 2018 signee.
The Florida Gators.
Defensive back Jordan Young has entered the NCAA transfer portal. He's a redshirt freshman. Appeared in 9 games during the 2022 season for the Gators. I am struggling today with these paper ball tosses. 6 foot, 185-pound defensive back. Was ranked the 30th best cornerback, number 392 overall prospect in the 2021 class.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
And Carolina has its quarterback for this signing class. 4-star Lenoris Sellers has flipped from Syracuse to South Carolina. He's the 26th best quarterback in the country. He is 5th among all prospects from the state of South Carolina. Sellers will enroll in South Carolina in January. Initially committed to Virginia in July before his junior year. Flipped to Syracuse this past March, but now is signed with South Carolina. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products online at gcopnet.com. gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Face-to-face sales, service after the sale. That's what you get at Gulf Coast Office Products. The official office equipment provider of the Saints, the Pelicans, the Tigers, and the ULL Raging Cajuns. Gulf Coast Office Products. All right, let's have further review. Let's see. Otter texting back. So the total on Saints-Browns opened at 34. So it was lower than I thought it was, but higher than 32. So it lowered from 34 to 32 where it sits now and has sat for a couple days. I would assume that's where it'll go off because we know the weather's going to be inclement. But not expecting a lot of offense in that ballgame. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by GMFS Mortgage, gmfsmortgage.com. I want to give you, again, this quick thought on Jags-Jets from last night. Again, it's not the game. I don't think many people here care about Jags-Jets. Just a bigger picture, which does actually have a local tie. GMFS Mortgage, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from our friends at GMFS Mortgage. If in 2023 you're looking for that new home, get pre-qualified. Before you go shopping for that new home, you got to know how much home you can afford to buy. That starts with a call to a local loan officer at GMFS Mortgage. They'll take a little info. They'll get you pre-qualified. So when you go shop, you have that buying power knowing what you can afford. Stop renting. Start building equity. Build wealth. Own that home of your dreams. GMFS Mortgage can help. GMFSmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage, changing lives. So last night, the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Jets 19-3 on Thursday Night Football. That's not altogether the story. The Jets have lost 4 in a row. Zach Wilson started after the injury to Mike White and decided not to go Joe Flacco. In actuality, because Zach Wilson was so bad during the ball game, where he was 9 of 18 for 92 yards, scored only 3 points, and that came after a fumble recovery at the 16-yard line. Robert Saleh actually went to the bench to play Chris Streveler, it doesn't, I don't care. He was a practice squad player who they elevated, and he actually played and actually sparked the offense. Led him on like a 76-yard drive. It came up empty, but you had fans are booing Zach Wilson and cheering the practice squad guy who was elevated. I just look at that situation in particular, and it was so odd that it happened the way it did because of the opponent. Zach Wilson was the number 2 pick in the 2021 draft. Of course, Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback for Jacksonville, was the number 1 pick in that draft. So they went 1-2 in the same draft. But the reason that's so interesting is if you remember during the COVID year in 2020, the Jets and the Jags were the 2 worst teams, as they obviously ended up picking 1 and 2. But the Jets had the inside track to the number 1 pick until Week 16. Both teams were 1-13. Jacksonville lost, and the Jets beat Cleveland 23-16 to finish 2-14, where the Jags were 1-15. And so the Jags got the number 1 pick, and they, of course, took Trevor Lawrence. And the Jets picked second and selected Zach Wilson, who it looks like isn't going to make it past his second year in New York. And that coming just less than a handful of years after they drafted Sam Darnold, 3rd overall. I guess it's just an illustration of what the Saints are going through right now, where you do have to look micro, macro. Yes, you want your team to win. I always want my team to win. Never going to cheer against my team. Unless it's a situation like that, where you have a generational talent who could transform your franchise. Just think of it this way. What if this Jets team, with that defense, what if they had Trevor Lawrence as their starting quarterback? The complete outlook of that franchise is dramatically different than wasting 2 top 5 picks on busted quarterbacks in the last half decade. And that's the reality the Jets are facing. I'll be pulling for the Saints against Cleveland. I'm not going to be super sad if they lose, though. Any of the next 3. All right, it's after further review. Let me knock out a break. You still have Tigers and the Pros. Terrio in 15 minutes. Glad you're here. Friday edition of AFR. Don't move.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys, wishing all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays from Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured, you know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done. 888-8888, 888-8888, or go to getgordon.com. The Gordon McKernan Injury Attorney family has welcomed onto the G team plenty of new athletes, including new LSU signee, Shelton Sampson, a new member of the Tigers, and a member of the G team, 5-star wide receiver, going to be making plays for the purple and gold this year in Tiger Stadium, and also helping the community as part of the Get Gordon team. Part of the G team, you know what to do. Go to getgordon.com to learn more. Do what Shelton Sampson did, which so many others did as well. Help Get Gordon get it done. Go to getgordon.com. Of course, love telling you about the great 500-bike giveaway that they did. So many of the athletes that got involved with that. Go look at Greg Brooks' social media. He got involved with the bike giveaway as well, as all part of the G team. Get Gordon and get it done.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2022 Ford F-150, plus no payments for 90 days and 2.9% APR for 72 months. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Winter can be magical. The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is here, and there's no better time to check out our new Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge inventory. We have the vehicles that can make your holiday extraordinary. See all the latest technological features on the newest models during our Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Shop our best of the best award-winning dealership. Visit mbobr.com.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility. moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Early Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season. Of course, we're in the middle of Hanukkah as well. So for all of our Jewish brethren and sistern, as we learned this week, hope you're enjoying a great holiday season as well. All right, it's after further review. Terrio is going to be in studio in about 10 minutes from right now. How do we feel about the Jingle Bell Rock, by the way? Muse, big Christmas guy, you like Jingle Bell Rock?
It's okay. It's a good one. Yeah, I mean, a little bit more upbeat than maybe some of their older traditional Christmas songs. So, I mean, I think it's got that going for it. Play on Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells get stale, right? I mean,
Jingle Bells get stale?
Yeah. You hear Jingle Bells a lot, man.
Oh, you mean the song Jingle Bells?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What else would it? Yeah, I mean.
Well, you said Jingle Bells get stale.
Oh, yeah, like the song.
So Jingle Bells gets stale.
Yeah.
You a soccer fan? You trying to drive me nuts with the lack of subject-verb agreement there?
Argentina have won the World Cup.
No.
Did you know that?
No.
They did.
I will not allow it. I will not allow it. Paul, Jingle Bell Rock, thoughts? Got a favorite Christmas song over there?
Not really. Not a big Christmas
Nice.
song guy.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate the contribution. As always, that's the one and only Paul O'Neill, like Monty from Major League.
Dynamite drop in, Monty.
I mean, that's Paul. No, not really. Just a talk format where we give opinions. No, I'm good. Yeah, thanks, Paul. You're the best. All right, Muse, Tigers in the pros. Hit it.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
The guy who can't even think says something.
You switched movies on us there.
I did, but it was so appropriate, wasn't it?
It was good.
You couldn't say anything?
Where did you get those pants at? The toilet store?
That's an Anchorman reference for those, which has nothing whatsoever to do with Christmas, but the reference fit.
Anyway, you mentioned it in the last segment. The Jags beat the Jets last night 19-3 for the victorious Jags. Kaylavon Chason played in his 7th game of the season. Finally back, Kaylavon there. Registered 1 tackle in the game. Arden Key also present last night. 1 tackle. It was an assisted tackle and 1 hit on the quarterback for Arden Key as well. On the other side, Quan Alexander for the Jets. He's been having a really, really good year. Came into the game with 61 tackles. So a slower night based on his standings. Just 2 tackles last night for Quan, along with 1 hit on the quarterback. Keeping NFL news going here. We told you about this, I think it was yesterday, that the Browns could potentially activate Ethan Posick off of injured reserve for the game against the New Orleans Saints. And now that is official, the Browns have activated Ethan Posick off of injured reserve. Posick has been out with knee injury.
I'm cheering. They're playing the Saints.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you doing over there? With a knee injury since week 11 and a loss to the Bills.
Well, I'm excited for him.
We'll be back.
I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan's a good guy.
Posick's great, man.
Yeah, like Ethan Posick a lot.
Really enjoyed covering him.
NBA action tonight. Plenty of Tigers going to be on the hardwood. The Timberwolves, they travel to Boston to face the Celtics. Keep your eye out for Naz Reid. The Brooklyn Nets host the NBA's best Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee's best, the NBA's best. How about that?
The Beast.
The Beast. There you go. Cam Thomas and of course, Ben Simmons. Tari Eason and the Rockets host the Mavs, and Trendon Watford, the Trailblazers, travel to Denver.
Hey.
That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com. Not too late. It's not too late to get by Lee Michaels. Gentlemen, don't screw up Christmas. Thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. And if you do screw up Christmas, then next week go to Lee Michaels and make up for it by giving her a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where no matter your budget, you will always get the Lee Michaels experience. Online, lmfj.com. 2 locations in Baton Rouge, 9 in all. lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, without further review, glad to have you aboard with us here. It's going to be a fun next 2 hours with Terrio. We'll do some sports. We'll do a lot of Christmas. We'll have some fun. Glad you're hanging out with us here on AFR.
AFR.
I love telling you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Brandon Holly, Adrian Holly, and all the gang over at Relief Windows wishes all of you a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. And, of course, if you need energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank, or vinyl siding, nobody does it better than Relief Windows. Give them a buzz at 288-8138 or log on to ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com. Remember, freezing temperatures, go stand by your drafty windows. Put your hand there. See if you can feel the wind, the draft coming through those windows. Won't find that at my house. We installed energy-efficient replacement windows from Relief Windows where they measure twice and install once, and every custom window is custom-made to fit your home. It's Relief Windows. Give them a buzz, y'all. 288-8138. Beautify the exterior of your home, lower your energy bills, increase your home's resale value. This is an investment into your home. It's Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, Relief Windows, and online at ReliefWindows.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
A third of youth who grow up in foster care are homeless 18 months after aging out of care. But you can rewrite that story. Change a child's story. Become a volunteer today.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Lakers forward Anthony Davis will miss his 4th game in a row tonight against the Hornets, and the team says today Davis will be out indefinitely with a stress injury in his right foot. Bengals tight end Hayden Hurst will miss his 3rd game in a row tomorrow with a right calf injury. Cincinnati is on the road to play the Patriots. The Cowboys host the Eagles tomorrow. And ESPN's Ryan Clark believes the Cowboys' success shouldn't be all about Dak Prescott.
This team should be run through Tony Pollard. This team should be run through Ezekiel Elliott. And then you allow Dak Prescott to play off of that because no matter what, even with CeeDee Lamb being a Pro Bowler, this is still a team that doesn't have a lot of skill players on the outside.
Ryan Clark on Get Up. Rams defensive lineman Aaron Donald out for Sunday's game against the Broncos and likely won't play again this season with a high ankle sprain. First of a bowl doubleheader right now on ESPN, just underway in the 3rd quarter at the Independence Bowl. Louisiana leads Houston 16-6. Wake Forest and Missouri later in the Gasparilla Bowl.
Hi, this is Max Kellerman from Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. All of us here at ESPN Radio would like to wish you happy holidays and a happy new year.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Terrio.
Here comes Terrio. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Terrio hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold.
Okay,
you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Terrio is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Muso. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. Yeah, brah.
Yeah, brah.
Staying warm out there.
It's cold.
It is cold.
It's cold outside.
Went to Traction this morning to work out. Shout out. Guy, young Tev, taking care of me, get me back in shape. But I woke up this morning, got in the car, which is in the garage. I just had a hoodie on. Drove to Traction, had the heater on the car. I got out of the car to walk into Traction, the other breezeway. I was like,
oh, man.
It felt like, you ever been in one of those cryo chambers?
Yeah.
Like it hit you like that where you go, where the cold, like, one of the things, the immediate response, like it takes your breath away initially. Like you have to remind yourself, like, to breathe. It was like that. Like I had to take like deep breath. The cold immediately took my breath away.
Got some ice action, like you driving around today. I mean, it's legit cold. I'm not a fan. Like I'm not gonna say I like the cold weather, but I like change. Right? I know you want it to be 75 and sunny during Christmas. Like not a big deal.
All year.
But I do like the fact that there is, it's Christmas time. It's associated with cold and North Pole and stuff. So I kind of like that a little bit. I mean, that's cool. Now, for too long, all you got to do is wait a week. New Year's Eve, it's going to be 80 degrees. So we'll be.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Oh, yes. Are you serious? Is that a thing?
It's going to be hot, yeah.
Well, let me see. Let me look at the 10-day. It wasn't going to be 80. Let's see. New Year's Eve is next Saturday. High of 73, low of 61. 50% chance of rain. I'll take that. Give me that.
70.
Give me that. Give me high of 70, low of, what did I say?
53?
Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
High in the low 70s, lows in the upper low mid 50s. Yeah, give me that. I'm good with that. All the way around.
Now, are you all like fire at the house? You do with fire and all that stuff when it gets cold out, or just? Because I'm a big fan of the fire.
Yeah, so we have a gas fire in the house, so it's not like so it doesn't put off that much heat. You know, I mean, it does, but not. It's not like you get a wood burning fireplace and it's.
Do you like having it on though?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, for sure. Put that thing on, until it just heats up and gets too warm, and we just turn the fire off. The ambiance and all that stuff. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah, give me some of that. Now, if I'm gonna be outside, like we had a fire pit outside, and one of those like space, like the stand-up pole heater things. That you sometimes
be careful with those.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, you get too close to it, burn you.
Like if you touch the metal part? Oh, well, who would do that?
I mean, it happens. Get your hair close to it. Catch your hair on fire.
Well, look who you talk. Come on.
That's true.
I mean, I ain't got to worry about that, dog. I mean, I just sit on it. I sit in a chair under it, That, the fire, like the fire pit, we got like a real fire pit outside, like wood burn, like, and that thing, we get that thing roaring. You know what I mean? Put some logs in there, get that thing right now. That's fun. I get that.
But you can't do that when it's 80 degrees out. I mean, I guess you could.
Sure.
You could.
You just don't stand right by it. You get a beautiful ambiance outside. Yeah. Absolutely. Try me. Come to the Scone household in the summertime. You know what that does? Keeps the bugs away. That fire's going to keep the bugs away.
There you go.
Hey.
So it's cold, man.
It is. Yeah. Cold can kick rocks.
Cold can kick rocks.
Yeah. So what's going on this week here? Christmas time week.
Well, it's big day Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas
Day. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, big day Sunday.
You're right.
And so you had basically a week to get. You have a week to get your shopping done. At least I did, because I've got the kids get out of school and then everything kind of settles down. Work slows down a little bit, which we didn't stop working, as you know, but work slows down a little bit. And so I had some lead up time there from a shopping standpoint. Although I always feel like I don't have enough.
Stuff or time?
Stuff.
Okay.
I always feel like I don't worry about the time. I mean, I can last minute shop with the best. Like, I can find some good gifts at Walgreens, like that, seriously, and make it look good and the whole deal.
But in the internet age, there's just no excuse. Like, you can just
I don't like shopping on the internet.
Just do everything online.
I don't like doing it. Jonna loves that.
Man.
She does that. I don't like doing that. I need to feel it and touch it. I just like, I like shopping.
Okay. For sure.
Going out and doing that. So,
all right.
Anyway, so I had a lot of time. Today, though, I was a little nervous. I never worry about. The only person I really worry about not having enough stuff would be my wife. Like, I'll take care of her big gift that I'm getting. I get that. But then I don't want it to just be one thing. So I'll get a couple other things, whatever. So I always feel, and I don't want her to get me more things than I got her.
So you don't have like a preset limit or something?
No, we actually talked about that today. Like, we need to have this conversation, like a month ago.
Yeah. What's our limit? Paul, do y'all have a limit? You and Sam? Muse isn't married.
Not usually.
So y'all just, what do y'all do?
Just make it rain.
Whatever. Just get whatever?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to outdo her?
No, not really.
Okay.
I feel like I do.
Me too.
We usually do about the same for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you know it's the same? You know what I'm saying? Is it discussed?
No, we just kind of.
Yeah, I think.
Kind of know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and your like your family budget or whatever you're gonna do. Like, you just kind of know what. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah. And it's like when you get to a certain point, it's like, oh, yeah, this is enough.
Right.
Like, this is.
Right. Unless you go ham and just, like, I'm going in debt right here and I'm doing it big and we're just going to spend the next 4 or 5 months paying for this stuff. Unless you do that.
Erica's about to have the best Christmas she's ever had in her life.
Okay. And if she's listening, she's probably panicking right now.
No, she knows what she's getting. Because it had to be like predetermined. I mean, I could say it, but she's like, she needed a new iPhone. So she got the new iPhone. And like, I was going to pay for like the transfer fees and all that sort of stuff. Well, she went to the Apple store and they couldn't get in touch with the provider. And so I ended up just buying the phone.
Well, yeah.
Which is not cheap.
Oh, no.
And she also shattered her Apple Watch. So she was going to get the Apple Watch and the whatever it is, like a couple $100, whatever you pay, transfer phone, all this okay with it. And then she would have the bill. Well, the phone is now paid for. And she's getting the Apple Watch too.
Merry Christmas.
And the other little things that I was going to get her that she likes.
Because you're getting,
of course.
The little stuff.
So, ho, ho, ho. Like, have a really good day.
Yeah. So I'm in a little bit of a predicament.
Mom was gonna have a good Christmas.
Oh yeah, she turned out. Woo! I felt this morning, actually last night, that I wasn't prepared, so I had to go. Yeah. So
that's not like you.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So I had to go. So today I made a mistake. So here's my letter. So I wrote this letter today.
Okay.
Dear Mall of Louisiana.
Oh no.
It's my mistake.
To the mall.
This goes to the mall.
Is this about the snake in the mall?
If it wasn't for the Apple Store, I would never, and I mean never, ever consider stepping foot on your property.
Okay.
If you can somehow get past the drive-by shootings and fights on your way in, you'll be treated with an unimaginative store selection, the most unimaginative store selection under the sun. If there's 100 stores in the mall, 50 of them sell shoes.
Is that true?
I'm not saying they're dedicated shoe stores.
But they sell shoes.
But 50 of them sell shoes.
Okay.
And I'd say probably 15 are dedicated shoe stores, maybe more. They sell shoes and then some stupid t-shirts.
Got it.
But the main thing is knockoff shoes that probably aren't real anyway at the mall.
Okay.
Most of them, those shoe stores, sell last year's bestseller, so you're not finding anything good, by the way, over there.
I like last year's bestseller.
That's what they're selling.
Get it at a discount. Nobody knows the difference.
Because the place stinks.
I like that. That's like, what's the place Erica go? TJ Maxx. You know what that is, basically. I'm sorry, read your letter. My apologies.
It's TJ Maxx. But I'm not going to the... if I want that, I'll go to TJ Maxx.
Got it. Sorry.
It's all good. I like it. I like it when you chime in. Perfume and colognes everywhere at the Mall of Louisiana. Yep.
Those kiosks?
Yep. Not well. No. Like actual stores. They're there. And the kiosks.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in Chinatown, New York with the amount of crap that they offer at the Mall of Louisiana. But at least at Chinatown, I can buy a knockoff Rolex. And listen, I get having one jewelry store in the middle of the mall that sells fake jewelry, okay, that turns your skin green. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's what the kids are going to buy.
Of course. I was that guy at Sherwood Middle with the fake chain. If it started to
get it for your girlfriend.
If I started to sweat, I had to take it off real fast because my neck was going to turn green. Like, that was me. I was that guy. Okay, whatever. I get it. You got to have one of those.
Yeah.
But every time I turned around, there was some dude speaking broken English trying to sell me a herringbone chain. Happened today. I walked by Victoria's Secret, decided to pop in for a few stocking stuffers.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Boy, was that a mistake. I'm not sure who thought having a mannequin the size of Zion Williamson sporting a thong was a good idea, but it's just gross, and I swear that happened.
I think they have like a whole new push now where they're trying to be more inclusive. Isn't that a thing where they're trying to be more inclusive at Victoria's Secret?
Ain't no secret about what I just saw. There is no excuse for someone that damn big to be wearing a thong. This mannequin looked like the dude in Dick's Sporting Goods. You ever seen that mannequin?
The big boat up guy? Yeah. Chiseled.
But bigger.
Oh, wow.
With a thong on.
That's weird.
There was lingerie thrown all over the damn place, Matt. Panties on the floor. Place was a wreck.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I used to get a little embarrassed walking into Victoria's Secret because I'm a guy.
Why would you be
I don't know. I just did.
There's nothing
I
to
know.
be
I get
embarrassed
it.
about.
I get it, but I was uncomfortable walking in there.
Okay.
Today I wasn't.
As long as you're buying something.
I wasn't embarrassed today. I was embarrassed for me. I was embarrassed for the store itself.
Got it.
It was a bad look. Walking out, and I decided it was about then where I decided I'd made a mistake coming here, and I needed to leave. And so I turned left to exit. Noticed another kiosk, pretty interesting. I don't know who thought that having a vape kiosk in the mall was good, but that's a thing.
I thought you were going to talk about the popcorn. A vape kiosk.
Coach, there's a giant kiosk dedicated specifically to vaping.
Where is that?
In the middle of the mall, Louisiana.
Oh, Musewood now.
That's the thing.
Look, did you see him? Did you see him kind of perk up whenever you said that?
I would not know that.
Uh-huh. Because you stick to the good stuff, right?
That is not true either.
That's what he
The
does.
real.
That's what the real.
And no, the outside mall is not the solution.
What is happening?
I don't think it is. I don't want to walk around in the heat or the rain, the cold weather. I'm starting to think that maybe the internet thing that you just mentioned is probably the way to go.
Why do you think the world shops online now?
The town center and Perkins Road definitely have their flaws, so I don't just want to nail Mall, Louisiana, although the place does really suck. But really, it's a Baton Rouge problem because there's no shopping in the city. It's horrendous. There's no Nordstrom, no Neiman Marcus. There's no
Well, those places know their market. I mean, come on.
I think we could attract those stores. I think demographically we probably could or should. No, we don't. Do I need to move?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I
So
need?
you don't have to move, but if you want to go to those stores, you have to go to another city.
Well, they got them in Jackson, Mississippi. Why can't we get them in Baton Rouge, Louisiana? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's better shopping. That's the true story here. In Ridgeland, Mississippi, than there is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Shout out Ridgeland.
Anyway, that's all I got. Sincerely, Ryan.
Okay, it's after further review. I don't know necessarily that we have to do Kick Rocks after that, but that's what's coming up next. This is the point of the show, though, where I'm supposed to remind people about Hudco Roofing.
Oh, man. Good company.
Hudco Roofing. You know what, though? Because we're really late, we'll break, come back and talk about Hudco Roofing.
Yeah, good teaser.
And
that's good.
I just teased the live read.
You got to stick around.
I don't think people are sticking around for the live.
You got to stick around for the live.
I don't think they are. But they might stick around to hear Ryan talk about Drake May and his $5 million offers he got via NIL and Kick Rocks and Ask Ryan and all the stuff coming up. And the Hudco Live. It's AFR.
AFR.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Terrio and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Tigers landed 7 transfers today, or announced 7 transfers, I should say, via the portal. A couple of guys we told you about yesterday. Do you realize LSU got a defensive lineman named Jordan Jefferson?
No. That's a thing.
Honest to goodness, true
I like
story.
that.
Told you all about him yesterday from West Virginia. Jordan Jefferson, defensive tackle. The 3 prior defensive linemen that had been announced, the wide receiver Aaron Anderson. Of course, we knew that Denver Harris had committed. And then on top of Jordan Jefferson announcing today, Zy Alexander, another that announced earlier today, which is...
guy from Southeastern?
Yes. Yep. Zy Alexander, who's a 2-time FCS All-American from Southeastern, who's a cornerback now along with Denver Harris. So Tigers added 7 more players, so 32 so far. And I would venture a guess that they're not done yet because you still got some time with the rest of this period, and then the spring portal window that'll open as well. So you feeling good about the Tigers?
Mm-hmm. I think, it's weird the way the portal's set up now, and it's kind of part of one of my kick rocks. But the way that it's set up, you never really know, like, who's going to be the dude. I mean, the running back last year for Alabama,
Jahmyr Gibbs,
was at
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. And he may have been a good player. I don't know at Georgia Tech. I didn't really watch Georgia Tech. They weren't any good. But then he puts that Alabama uniform on and runs behind those big boys. You go, man, this dude's an NFL back. So when we start talking about the kid from Southeastern, you look at his size. He's 6'2", 195. Yeah. 2 times, so size-wise, he's
listed at 6'3", 185. But yes,
okay.
But to your point,
Close
long, long, tall, yes.
Couple years experience in college football. You put him in a scheme with some dudes that he can trust on the sides of him and behind him, and you just don't know who's going to be that dude. So it's interesting. The portal, in that regard, you stumble upon a hidden gem. I wouldn't say hidden gem because they were probably good before that. But it's just crazy how when you surround good players with like talent and even better players, how they shine.
But I think the other thing that's noteworthy is some guys just develop later. Like your high school recruitment comes when you're 16, 17, 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not every – like some people just might mature at 18, 19, 20. So if you're the 5-star and you're an Adonis as a 17-year-old and everybody knows that you physically are just different, well, some guys may just blossom later, and you see that. I mean, that's common. That's how you end up with like a – I mean, my God, Khalil Mack went to Buffalo, like the University of Buffalo. Khalil Mack is one of the – I mean, he became an All-American, is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, went to Buffalo. It's just – Josh Allen was at Wyoming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like some dudes just develop later. And you see that. And so I think the portal has given those guys opportunities to showcase on a grander stage. And yes, it hurts the FCS or group of 5 schools that act as a training ground for some of these guys, but that's just the nature of it, man. So build your program and you build that process accordingly. But I'm not going to be mad at any kid for taking advantage of an opportunity given to him. I mean, I get it that when we talk portal stuff, I'm an extremist. I get it. Like I am an extremist in this conversation. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but I think the reason that a lot of people don't is because we have just been conditioned to think and accept certain truths about college football. And I'm saying you need to purge that. You're still going to cheer for your team, but in the same way that guys never left early for the draft, and now it happens all the time. In the same way that I posted this earlier, do you realize Hester, and I didn't know this till way later because I saw a picture about the Sugar Bowl in 07 when LSU beat Notre Dame, the 06 season. Hester told me years later, like when he was working here, like maybe when he told me the story, he had knee surgery like a week before that Sugar Bowl and played. Bro, and knee surgery a week before the game. He's like, I wasn't missing that game. Are you kidding me? Like, dudes, they opt out. Like, dudes just don't play anymore. Yeah. So I guess my point is the landscape's changed, and you don't have to like it or like every part of it. But if you love college football, just accept that this is part of the reality, and you have student athletes that are just going to make decisions that are in their best interest.
Let me ask you this then, and look, I agree with you 100%. If you take it a step lower, I'm talking about high school. So why is it okay to do it in college now?
You're seeing guys do it. You're seeing guys reclassify.
Okay, you're seeing the reclassify.
We talked to Connor Griffin last week.
Right. Okay. So, and it's a great example. It's you're where you went to high school. You're an alumni of Catholic High. So I don't think it's any secret that there's a lot of great athletes that go to school there. There's a lot of boys vying for not a lot of spots. Baseball team in particular, because there's not as many players on that team than there is the football team. Well, if you're one of those kids that develops later on, but you don't make the team your freshman year, you can't play high school baseball your freshman year. Maybe you make the JV team your sophomore year. You don't develop until you're a senior. By that time, you've quit or you're doing another sport. So why do our high school kids get punished? Do you know that the high school, if a coach leaves and goes to another high school to coach, and a kid wants to follow that coach, he has to sit out for 2 years. He's not just ineligible for 1 year. Even if they reclassify or move out of the district or move your house. So the high school athlete, they should be treated the exact same way. Like, why not give those guys a one-time transfer?
And I haven't given it a ton of thought. My only retort to that would be, now you're talking about enrollment issues at schools. And for public schools, that could obviously be a problem where you have dollars allocated. Obviously, private schools where people pay tuition.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that's a real thing. So, and I think there is a point where you might not agree with this, but I think when you're talking about athletes at the major college level, okay, you're also talking about people who are of legal age to make their own consent, right? They're legal adults, right? You're not in high school. You're not a legal adult.
Right.
When you're 18, 19, you're a legal adult. And also, if you're playing major college football, you've already achieved a performance level that a microscopic percentage ever achieves, right? Like, you have millions of high school football players in this country, and only tens of thousands that ever achieve the level of playing, especially at the major college level, the top 50 schools or so. So you have a legitimate opportunity if you're playing at LSU or Iowa or if you're a scholarship player, you have a legitimate opportunity to become a pro.
Absolutely.
It's not going to happen for everybody. We know that percentage is small. But, I never had a realistic opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I waited till I was a senior to have an opportunity to play.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me always knew, that's where it was going to end, right? So I think that's more on the parent to say, what do I value more? I'll tell you this. If my kid was like me, right, just a very average, you're going to be a good high school player,
yeah.
which is what I was.
Sure.
Just a good high school player. I'm not allowing my 15, 16-year-old child to make a lifetime decision based on a small emotional thing that's not going to impact the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't make this team, you're not going to be Alex Bregman. You need to realize that.
Right.
At this,
100%.
And you live in the baseball culture way more than I do.
Yeah.
But that's what too many of them think.
Mm-hmm.
And so parents, I'm gonna piss some people off, all right? Because I know people that have done this, and I'm not telling you what to do. Make your own. It's your family. You make your own decision. But I would never I just know as an adult the value of the education and the connections that I have having attended Catholic high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're wearing your Dunham stuff today. That's why you're sending your kids to Dunham. They're getting a great education, and they're going to have a great rooted system no matter what they do in life, right?
Right.
So I'll never understand. I want to be. I'm not trying to tell people how to parent, so I don't want to. I know that's how it's going to come across. I'm trying not to say it that way. What I'm saying is,
I get it.
Where are your priorities?
I get
it. I don't care. If my kid, I think there's more value in my child learning perseverance and working hard, waiting your turn. You want to beat that kid out, and take that life lesson into whatever's next, than forfeiting a great opportunity.
What about
in
the
education
kid though?
For whatever.
But what about the kid? You're talking about the kid that stays and waits it out. I'm talking. What about the kid that goes to a small school and then develops as a junior or senior and goes, I want to go play against IMG and this school and that school because I'm not getting the looks I should get.
Camp circuit.
Maybe.
There is that. There's
okay.
ways. Come on,
no,
man.
No, I get it.
You know as well as I do that if there's a prospect, he's going to get found.
But I'll also say this too: there's plenty of kids that you put them just like this kid from Southeastern, who's a 2-time All-American. Great, you put him on a bigger stage. If he does the same thing he just did, now we're talking about.
And now we're talking about college.
We're talking about a whole different.
And college.
College.
You're talking about high school.
I'm talking about from a recruiting standpoint, though, right?
But you're going to get seen. But that's the point. If you're saying, am I going to get the opportunity at the next level? There is no prospect that is going to go, especially in the internet age, when everybody can have a huddle, a Twitter, and anything.
Same thing is true for the college kids too, though.
No, it's not that you're not going to get seen, but it's are you good enough to play at that level and get and we're talking about Zy Alexander. So he's from Laurelville. He goes to Southeastern. He becomes a 2-time All-American and blossoms, and now he's going to have an opportunity to play at LSU. And if he plays great, awesome. Congrats. Guess what? You're going to go from a day 3 pick, which I was told Pro Football Focus has him as or maybe a round 4 or 5 guy, early day 3 right now. He's going to come to LSU, try to show out in the SEC, and if he does, now you're talking about maybe being a top 100 pick,
dude.
And you're doubling or more the money that you might make. So that's a great opportunity for that guy, which the system sets up for. I don't know that you were asking about high school. I don't know that we're having the same conversation about a 14, 15-year-old as you are about a 20, 19, 20, 21-year-old in college. I think that's the difference. So, all right, it's after further review. We are brought to you by Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. That's me and the guy right here, Hudco Roofing, and Tilly.
And Joe.
Had lunch with the Hudco crew today.
Oh, Joe.
Good lunch.
It was a good lunch.
It was a good lunch.
Talk some business.
We did talk business.
We worked today, too, though.
We did work today.
We worked.
I'm just repeating everything you say.
I got a text message since we've been sitting here. A guy that we know. Hey, I got a flashing issue around my chimney. I'm getting water You know,
Oh, you mean we'll do something that small, just like flashing around the gym?
100%.
Oh,
Because
really?
they have Christmas. He has Christmas tomorrow. He said, I know this is probably a tough ask or whatever, but we have Christmas tomorrow evening at the house. I said, bro, we got you.
Got it.
That's what we do.
Hudco Roofing.
Emergency crew, go out and take care of it.
Roof repairs and roof replacements, commercial and residential. Like I get asked sometimes, like, oh, I didn't know y'all do commercial. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of like people who are property managers who manage a lot of different facilities who've reached out, and we'll end up being a preferred contractor for all the facilities and things like that. So we'd love to bid jobs and have those opportunities. So Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. And if you call the number right now, I tell people this all the time, it will ring Terrio's cell phone. So if you call 225-364-1007, 364-1007, if you just want to call and hang up real quick to see that it actually does it, or you can talk to him. Like it rings the office, and then we'll forward to Terrio and Richard Tilley, and who else does it ring to?
Joe.
And Joe. So you might get Joe. So Joe's a great guy.
Joe's great.
Joe's great.
Yeah.
364-1007, 225-364-1007 for Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. All right, to have further review.
Hey, I got to tell everybody something in the last hour. We got to talk. I have some breaking news today.
Okay, really?
But I want to do it later.
Do I know the breaking news?
Yeah. I want to. You don't know I'm going to break it, but I do have breaking news. Let's do it. Let's do it at the Christmas. Let's do it at 5:30.
Well, there's 3 different Christmas things. I mean, it's like a sport and a Christmas thing.
Let's do it at 5:30 because I don't really want to talk about what we're talking about before the Christmas song. Doesn't really matter to me. So
Saints Browns?
Yeah, let's I got breaking news at 5:30.
All right, Terrio, I'm gonna write this down then. Breaking news at 5:30.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, you didn't do any kick rocks just now, but let's break. Maybe we'll get to some kick rocks when we come back, and then I do actually want to ask you about I want to ask you about LSU's bowl schedule, because LSU's going to spend a full week in Orlando. I want to know as a play. You would you say?
Sick.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. I want to talk about that. We'll do that next. AFR.
AFR.
Today, as I was driving around, I saw not 1, not 2, but 3 vans from River City's 1 Hour Air. Wow. Big yellow vans with the giant clock on the side. You can't miss them. Well, you want to know why. It was freezing last night. We're getting into the teens, and people are realizing, oh, man, my heater went out. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, if your home can't be heated when it's in the teens, like, that could be unsafe. So, anyway, remember I tell you all the time, River City's 1 Hour Air. They work nights, holidays, and weekends, and they'll never charge you extra. What happens if the holiday falls on a weekend? Doesn't matter. Christmas Eve's tomorrow. Christmas Day is Sunday. If your heater's not working, call River City's 1 Hour Air. They'll always come out. And by the way, they'll never charge you extra to come out nights, holidays, and weekends. That's just what they do. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Black Widow Jeep Gladiators in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Winter can be magical.
The Mercedes-Benz winter event is here, and there's no better time to check out our new Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge inventory. We have the vehicles that can make your holiday extraordinary. See all the latest technological features on the newest models during our Mercedes-Benz winter event. Shop our best of the best award-winning dealership. Visit mbobr.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 90.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, bells, bells,
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Terrio and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Is that the best or worst Christmas song you've ever heard?
Both. I kind of like it right now.
I know. Do you want to do Kick Rocks, or you just want to blow through it?
I mean, we don't have to do it. What do we have?
I want to talk about the LSU Bowl schedule.
Let's do that then.
Here's what Brian Kelly said about what they're going to do, because they're spending a full week in Orlando.
I want them to enjoy the opportunity that they have provided for themselves by being in the Citrus Bowl. So we're going to give them a day to enjoy, and then, you know, gradually work themselves back into locked in for game week preparation. So that's why we took a little bit more time down there, so we could do both. But we will get locked into a normal routine of preparation. So this week has been treated as if we were playing on Saturday. So we've gone through a traditional week of preparation for Purdue. So in reality, we've put everything in that we're going to do in game-like situation, and we'll duplicate that when we get to the bowl site. So we'll mix both, give them a chance to enjoy their time. They've earned it. But as we get further into the week, we'll lock down and focus on Purdue.
I know you didn't play college football or go in a bowl, but, I mean, you did spend 10 days in Omaha?
Yeah.
I guess, or eight days in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what you think about the decision to go spend the entire week in Orlando.
When do they leave?
They're leaving on the 27th. So they're leaving on Tuesday the 27th, and they play the following Tuesday the 3rd. It's a long time.
So, like, you know, Omaha is probably the closest thing I have to something like that. And you're playing more than one game, you know, obviously, so it's a little bit easier to stay locked in. But they always say that, Skip used to always say this, you know, the team that can focus the longest and stay locked in the longest generally is the team that wins. Not necessarily the most talented team, but the ones that can stay locked in and focused. And you know, the thing with bowl games is there's a lot of fanfare and fun that goes into that. You know, they're having wing eating contests and playing tug of war and, you know, doing all kind of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the actual game. So, I mean, if they're treating it as, which it seems like, as let's go down here, this is a reward, let's have some fun, we're going to enjoy ourselves, and then, oh, by the way, we're going to play a game at the end of it, you know, then okay, great. I'm not sure that that's what the fans want, because that, to me, is not a recipe for success on the field. You want to keep as much normalcy as you can, and you're not going down there to have fun necessarily. You're going down there to win a football game. But, I'm not the coach, and I'm not the one making the decisions.
I've just heard – so you do this long enough, you talk to enough guys who played in these types of games, not just at LSU, but just all over, right? And I've heard from guys like some horror stories about bowl games where the players just got bored out of their minds when they were just stuck in a hotel for a week. And to your point, there are events like the wing eating contest, stuff but Rhino, what happens when you wake up in the morning and the wing eating competition is at 3 and then you got a team dinner at 7 or whatever? What do you do the rest of the day? Just sit around the hotel?
Well, no, Orlando. You know what I mean? Orlando, no. I'm sure it's going to be full of stuff for them to do. You're in Orlando, dude. You got Universal and Epcot. You got all kind of stuff to do.
And then are you running them around all week here and there, and then then they're tired by the time the game gets there? I'm just saying, the old expression, man, when you get back from vacation, you need a vacation from your vacation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this feels like.
Now, look, if this Joker was played up in Shreveport, no offense, Hester, and they were going up there 8 days before, that's
a problem.
We got a problem. But if you're going to Orlando or, look, name a city with more crap to do than Orlando.
Miami.
I don't think they don't have Disney World. Maybe.
Oh, you're just okay.
There's just a lot to do. So, I don't think they'll be bored. Let me just say that. But, if I'm one of those guys, I'm going, this is going to be great. We're going to have a blast. We're going to do all kind of fun crap. I'm not going to be going, hey, man, we're going to go beat the hell out of Purdue.
No, I know what you're saying. I think it is difficult. Now, listen, Brian Kelly's obviously done this before.
Yeah,
he's had bowl teams forever. I don't know if this is a path that he's traditionally followed in the bowl game. And look, they played in the Citrus Bowl against LSU in 2017 and won the game.
Sure.
So this isn't his first time going to this particular bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a little apprehensive. When I heard him say that they were going to be there for a full week, if you travel on Tuesday, let's say you do a day at Disney on Wednesday, and you really begin your preparation on Thursday, you're still talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then the game on Tuesday. It's a long time. Again, Brian Kelly is meticulous. That's one thing I'll say that we've learned about him during his time here. His attention to detail is a bit overwhelming, right? He thinks about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he's got it. I'll just say I'm apprehensive about the full week in Orlando. Now, it may not matter because Purdue's down everybody, their head coach, their quarterback, their best receiver, their tight end, their all-conference defensive back. That's why the lines jumped to 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
But for a team that maybe isn't super jacked to be in this game to begin with, and you put out this kind of scenario, I'm just a little apprehensive about it, man. That's all. Maybe I'm wrong. Hope I am.
I'll tell you what, if you're a reserve, it's probably not going to play. This is awesome.
You're having a hell of a time, dude.
This would be great.
You're living life in Orlando.
Merry Christmas.
All right. It's after further review. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2. Get your questions in. Email us, tweet us at Matt Moscona. Jump in the Bayou YouTube
Twitter
chat.
world.
On the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel or text 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. Hey, listen, we are headed into the holiday, and a lot of people have seen that credit card bill probably balloon a little bit. It's, happens this time of year. And a lot of people are probably heading into the new year, maybe you, thinking, all right, well, how am I going to rectify this? Can I make more money? Where can I budget to save more money? Highly recommend calling Insurance Network of Louisiana. They will shop independently for free to see if they can find you better coverage for less money. And we have told you over the years, hundreds and hundreds of testimonials from AFR listeners that have saved money every month on their insurance by calling Insurance Network of Louisiana. We're not talking about cut rate insurance. These are some of the top rated companies in the world. But when they compete for your business, you win. Let Insurance Network of Louisiana shop for free to find you better coverage for less money. Start saving today. 293-0450, 293-0450, or lainsurance.net.
There it is,
the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.
Andrea, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Terrio and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Hey, real quick, there was we're going to get to ask Ryan. Chris sent a text. He said, Matt, there's realistically no difference than the week between games on a Saturday during the season. Talking about LSU going
When that thing shoots out of there, bro, that's 100 pounds shooting out of that thing, bro.
Whew. God bless Mama. Talk about hurting that back. Carrying around that weight. Matty Ice at Ask Ryan. Brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Have you seen the new ID4?
Yes.
It is
sick.
Awesome.
Did you order one?
I have not yet, but next week when I'm off, I'm going to go by South Point. I'm going to test drive it.
You got to order it now, bro. They're not going to make a ton of them. You got to get it.
South Point has 2 of them on the lot right now.
What?
They have 2 on the lot of the ID4. That's the ID4 is the first electric SUV for everyone. The all-electric SUV from Volkswagen, manufactured right here in the USA.
Why don't you have that right now? What are you waiting for?
My lease on my current vehicle isn't up. And when it is, I'm considering getting the ID4, the all-electric SUV from South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland or online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com for South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication, grit.
We get it done
with passion for our fans and love for our community. We are the Tigers. Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2022 Ford F-150, plus no payments for 90 days and 2.9% APR for 72 months. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Winter can be magical. The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is here, and there's no better time to check out our new Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge inventory. We have the vehicles that can make your holiday extraordinary. See all the latest technological features on the newest models during our Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Shop our best of the best award-winning dealership. Visit mbobr.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The Lakers announced today Anthony Davis will be out indefinitely with a stress injury in his right foot. He'll be evaluated again in 7 to 10 days. The hope is he could be back soon after. A top 4 matchup in the NBA West tonight. The Suns host the Grizzlies at 10 Eastern on ESPN. Suns guard Devin Booker out with groin soreness. ESPN has learned Jets wide receivers coach Miles Austin is being suspended for at least a year for violating the league's gambling policy. Austin was gambling on sports, but not on the NFL or college football. He will appeal the suspension. Arfield Yates says Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson likely won't be needing any change of address cards.
I would be extremely surprised if Lamar Jackson is playing somewhere besides Baltimore next season. He's going to get the franchise tag if no extension is worked out before that time. He'll probably get the exclusive franchise tag, which would mean a team would have to offer 2 first-round picks in order to execute a trade.
Field Yates on Barton Hahn. Our Jeff Passan reports the Blue Jays and Diamondbacks are closing up on a trade.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Do so. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time, although let's be honest, y'all all quit a long time ago.
Monday.
Woo! I mean, this building has been empty. Muse, has there been a single day this week where we've rolled up here, Paulie, where we've rolled up here at 5 o'clock and there's someone up here even at 3 o'clock?
Not that I can remember.
This week? I'm trying to think if there's been a day this week where there were people on this floor. Or
if it is, it's just been Brain. That's it.
I saw Brain earlier today, and that's about it.
No, it has been like a ghost town. Right? But you know what's weird? Like, I see our numbers. Everybody's still listening and watching.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's all running around town right now. Everybody's doing all their You done with your Christmas shopping?
I just got a text. I forgot something.
Okay. Get yours done?
Yep.
You're done?
Yep.
Paulie, you done?
Shopping's done. Rapping, not so much.
Can you rap?
I can.
W-R-A-P, Paul.
Yes.
Okay. Not R-A-P.
I can do both.
Well, I know that. That's why I was clarifying. So when did you learn to wrap presents?
My mom really didn't like wrapping them, so she would always box ours, and then I would just wrap them all.
Wow. Muse, can you wrap a present?
No.
I know, right?
Absolutely not.
You're either getting a gift bag.
That's so lazy.
Or I find someone who can wrap to wrap them.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister-in-law is wrapping my presents. We're going to her house, Lauren. So we're going to her house for Christmas Eve. So this week I brought all the stuff to her, dumped. I was like, wrap all this. So I'll get them on Christmas Eve from her and bring them to the house.
That's a good sister-in-law.
Oh, she owes me.
She owes you.
Oh, anytime yeah. Like, yeah. I'm like the point of contact. They want to go to a concert. They want to go to a game. Like, can you help with tickets or this?
Yeah,
which I love. Which I love to do. By the way, I tell them all the time. I'm like, ask. We got a lot of connections.
Yeah, and then I'm going to ask you to wrap all my presents too now. So don't forget that.
I was like, okay, you're wrapping the presents. That's how it rolls.
I like to wrap.
Yeah. I asked my other sister-in-law, Jennifer, a few years ago to wrap the presents. And she just didn't do a very good job.
Oh.
Yeah, she just didn't do a good job.
Fired.
She did them.
She did it.
It was, I mean,
It was nice
it's
of her.
acceptable.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't very good. So I'm not asking her again.
No.
Yeah, she got fired.
You're
She got fired
fired.
as my gift wrapper.
You're fired.
Okay. So this hour, I have like sports stuff in every segment, but also
Yeah.
Christmas stuff in every segment.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite Christmas memory? Like a Christmas morn?
Like from when I was just a young
whenever.
tyke?
Doesn't matter. Christmas memory.
Yeah, I have Christmas memories.
A favorite. One
I
that's
have,
that's my
like
memory.
a good one.
Just what's your
When I got a Cocker Spaniel named Oliver one year.
Okay. How old were you when you got Oliver?
I mean, I was a little guy, so I was probably 8 or 9.
Cocker Spaniels pee everywhere.
Poor Oliver.
Poor Oliver.
We ended up just sticking him outside and like in a little gate. I know.
No.
It was.
You were just too young for the dog.
Yeah, you know.
Classic mistake.
Yeah.
Andy and Mary. Classic mistake.
I know. I was doing too much stuff.
Yeah.
Now I'm playing sports and
Poor
going to
Oliver.
school and
Poor
you know.
Oliver.
So that was my best Christmas memory. Now my worst Christmas memory is when my cousin Chad, and he listens to the show. So shout out Chad. Told me that Santa Claus wasn't real.
Why would he do that?
Because he's being rude and mean.
Big liar.
Telling lies. And we got in a giant wrestling match, and he was bigger and stronger than me, so he won. But I was just so pissed. I didn't believe him.
Why would Chad? You shouldn't believe him. Why
I
would
don't
Chad
believe
do
him.
that? Stupid. Chad. Whatever. I hope Santa doesn't bring Chad anything for the rest of his life, unless if he's repented and is now nice.
No, he is nice now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He's repented and nice and all that stuff. But
I bet that year Santa brought him coal.
Yeah, sure.
I bet he did.
Absolutely. Wasn't cool. What about you?
Favorite Christmas memory?
Yeah.
I don't know that there's like the one Christmas where I got the thing that I wanted that sticks out so much in my brain. I think more so I've appreciated like the time with family. Like Christmas Eve was always at my grandparents' house. Now Christmas Day is kind of our big thing, and I'm very fortunate that I still have 3 living grandparents.
Oh yeah.
And so Christmas Day we're with my mom's side of the family, and so my gramps just turned 90. My Grammy is in her upper 80s, and so I really appreciate that time with them, right? Because I think like they always hosted our Christmas Eves.
So Christmas at their place.
Christmas
you
Eve
remember
there.
like smells and sights.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, give me a smell. Like
Grammy meatballs.
There you go.
My grandmother would make these like
Now we're
homemade
getting
meatballs,
somewhere.
which were incredible. I got that like everyone just knew. And Grammy, like I'm her favorite, so she would always put like extra meatballs in a tub in the side for me to take home because she just knew, right? So that sort of stuff. And then like my Gramps makes old fashioned, so like whenever if you look at our family text, it's like we'll be meeting at 1:00. We'll have this and this and this and this, and of course there'll be old fashioned. So everybody knows whoever's hosting a holiday in our family, like you have the old fashions ready to go, and it's just like there's the alcohol soaking in the fruit and all. It's just you just add ice and stir, so they're already ready. So like I'll show up at my cousin's house on Steven, who we talked to earlier this week. I'll go to Steven's house on Christmas Day. We'll be there about 1:00. I'll walk in. He'll have.
Oh no, you guys talked about the old fashions when we met.
I know. So the
Like,
bar.
that's a thing.
the
So
bar
what
will be
age
set
did
up
you guys start drinking the old fashions?
when we were old enough to drink. Yeah.
But they.
They've for yeah.
That was
the
their
adults.
thing.
Yeah, the adults. Yes. That's those things.
What's your worst?
Worst Christmas memory?
Yeah.
I don't know that I have a bad Christmas memory. One year Drew had. Well, I mean we did Drew's first Christmas in the hospital. That sucked. But he was here.
That's what I'm saying.
Which,
That's not. I don't think that's
you know,
bad. Yeah, that's a. There's got to be something.
I don't know, man.
Nothing. You just you're that you love Christmas.
I think that Drew that Christmas in the hospital in Houston when Drew was born too. He had his second heart surgery already, so that was near. He was discharged in February 16th of 2015. So by Christmas he had his second. He had 2 heart surgeries about 2 weeks apart. It was the most.
I remember that.
That was the, aside from right when he was born, the most critical that he was. But he was starting to get better, so he was discharged from the CVICU, went back to the NICU, and so we were around like a lot of the nurses who knew him, with all the people that we had been around for all those months, all those many months, and so We actually, Eric and I on Christmas Eve, went to dinner together at a nice restaurant. The nurses watched Drew, and we were like, so it wasn't like even that bad. We weren't with family, and that part of it.
And we just got a video of him rapping, by the way.
Yes.
Rapping.
Well, Erica sent a video of Drew watching the show, and he loves Ryan.
He was rapping.
And so he was watching the Riot with the Steel Bill Baby Riot song, and so Drew tries to sing along with it, and it's what you would expect from an 8-year-old with cognitive disabilities trying to
He's rapping. Hey, one time
he was giving it the old college try.
He got it. I loved it. I thought
he was giving it a go, man. He was trying.
I got one for you.
Okay.
So my grandmother had this big azalea bush over in Broadmoor.
Okay.
And cousins used to get in a little bit of trouble over at Grandma's on Christmas Eve, so we decided it'd be a good idea to throw sticks at cars that passed by, and we hide behind the azalea bush.
Oh, man.
Well, just so happened that year, we all got karate outfits for Christmas, which is the worst gift you could give 7 boys.
Right.
Right? We're all 5 years in age.
Or the best.
What do you think happens when all
you had a karate tournament?
Huge karate fight.
Of course you did.
Huge karate fight over and over again, and we're firing sticks at cars.
Of course.
In the karate. So then we hit a car. Obviously, they stopped, got pissed off, came looking for us. The dude's running after us. We got our karate outfits on. We're going to karate fight this dude.
Yeah, you are.
You don't want to, this Cobra Kai, bro. You don't want to come up in this road. Actually,
this is the Kumite.
I'm thinking that was a bad memory. That's actually a great memory.
That's a great memory. That's what that is.
Christmas Eve.
Okay. Let's see. Erica just texted, so that's probably something sad. Oh, Ryan, call me. We have the most memorable Christmas ever when Drew was in the hospital. She said the call. What am I forgetting about that?
Huh? Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting about something then. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Do you ever like have things like that in your life? People say that when you go through things that are somewhat or traumatic, that like you block things
100%.
Yeah?
Yes. Yep.
So when we were in, I guess we got a break, but there's probably some people who I try.
You remind me of things all the time that you might not think were traumatic, not traumatic in a bad way, but just they were full of just action. People do that to me all the time.
What do you mean?
Times in my life, like baseball stuff that I forget.
Yeah.
You may have perceived them as it was good. I may have had a bad game or something, and I'll just, I do that all the time, man. Yes, to answer your question. Mm-hmm.
I try to be mindful of this. So I know we've been on air for a long time, and there are a lot of people listening or watching now who listened or watched the show when Drew was sick and in the hospital. But that's been 8 years, and there's probably a lot of people who aren't aware of that. So my son's 8. We knew prenatally he was going to have a lot of issues. We relocated to Houston. He was born there. We spent 9 months in the hospital. But I journaled every day that we were there. Because I thought at the time, I'm like, okay, well, this will be a record for him later in his life to know what he went through. So I wrote every day. We were in the hospital for 213 days. I called it Dear Drew, and it was basically just a letter to him about what he did that day. And it's weird because I'll go back and flip through it now, and I'm like, I have no recollection of any of this.
Wow.
Like, how did I, like some medical terms and things, I'm like, none of this resonates at all with me. It's kind of bizarre. Like, it was just, I think I just head down and went through that storm and just anyway.
Yep.
That was, I don't know why. Oh, because you asked about memories. I'm sorry to talk about that. Anyway, okay. Let's take a quick break. Come back. I do want to talk about Jaden Daniels, National Signing Day, all that sort of stuff. We'll get to that next. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. As we move toward the new year, of course, Rouse's is a great option for everything you need in and around the new year for that gathering or just for your groceries every single day. Get to Rouse's and go to rouses.com. You can learn about their delivery and pickup options there at rouses.com. It's super easy. Or download the Rouse's app. You can go select your items. Your personal shopper will go pick them out for you. You pull up into any Rouse's location, of course, the designated location, and your shopper will bring the items out to your car, so you don't even have to get out the car. On days when it's either freezing cold or raining, that's super handy. And remember, they also have a delivery option as well, so if you don't even want to get in your car or get out, Rouse's takes care of you there as well. It's at Rouse's. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Locations all over the place. Get to Rouse's. Rouse's, this feels like home.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Black Widow Jeep Gladiators in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication, grit. We get it done with passion for our fans and love for our community. We are the Tigers. Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications. The powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility. Moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Is that Soulja Boy mashed up with All I Want for Christmas Is You?
That's exactly what that is,
song.
Matt.
Have you ever heard this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You've heard it?
Yeah.
Paul, y'all heard it?
Yeah.
Where would you hear this?
I heard it for the first time when I was in college in Tigerland.
Yeah, I mean, this is a song. Like, people listen to this.
I know Soulja Boy.
Jonna loves this song.
I know All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard the mashup.
It's good, huh?
No.
Yeah,
It's
really
great.
good.
What are you
It's
talking about?
Really good. I love it.
It's like, I love steak. I love ice cream. I don't want ice cream on my steak.
No, this is
I love
this
Soulja
is better
Boy.
than that.
I love All I Want for Christmas Is You. I don't want this. This is not good. No, this is bad. Yes.
No, that needs
is
to be.
terrible.
Do y'all still do poll question? I hadn't been here in a couple months. That should be the poll question.
This should be the poll question.
Because this is a good song, man.
I mean, come on, that's so good right there.
No.
He just hits it right at the right time, too.
Okay, turn that off. Jaden Daniels is coming back. Announced that. Thoughts? There's two schools of thoughts. People are really excited. Get starting quarterback, returning, 5th year, progress, all that stuff. And then there are people like, I want Nuss or I want Walker. They want the thing they don't know. And
Yeah.
so they've convinced themselves that a guy who's never played is going to be an All-American or whatever. So anyway, what do you think?
I'm really excited. I don't want anybody to leave. I realize one of those guys has to leave. At least they should leave. But I'm excited because of what we've seen in the not so distant past. A guy coming in, having a decent season, and then I'm not saying he's going to do what Joe did, but I definitely think he's going to improve from this past season to next season. And he had a pretty good season this past season. There were games that LSU wouldn't have won had he not been the quarterback. Multiple, matter of fact. And so the things that he needs to improve on are things that can be fixed. Like, you can't teach somebody to be fast. You can't teach a slow kid to run fast. You can't teach a kid with a bad arm to throw the ball far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're a fifth-year senior, he's graduated, he's got time to go in the room they got in there with the big giant screen and read defenses, which is amazing, by the way, instead of sitting in class. I mean, yeah, he's going to get better. His reads are going to get better. The ball's going to get out of his hand faster. I mean, he's going to improve, and we've seen the things that you can't teach. He has. He has the physical gifts to be an outstanding quarterback.
So, of course, you know that I agree with you. But it's not even just Burrow, the year-to-year improvement. We saw it with Mettenberger. We saw it with Jamarcus. We saw it with Matt Mock. Like, guys in their second year as a starter show progress. And then the one counter argument I've heard is, yeah, well, those guys were first-time starters, and Jaden started his whole career. Sure, there's also context about how Arizona State was a disaster, and it was, which is why he ended up here. But I could point out someone like Bo Nix, who started for 3 years at Auburn and had so many struggles, went to Oregon this year, and you saw that dramatic leap. You don't think they're excited in Oregon and Eugene to have Bo Nix back?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes that matters. Like, the system you're in, the talent you have around you, all that sort of stuff. I struggled to find any, like, the only people who are pushing back against this are the people who never wanted Jaden Daniels to start to begin with. They were the Miles Brennan crowd, then they were the Nuss Bus crowd, and, like, I will tell you, and here's the thing. This is what I've said before, and I'll say again. You have to acknowledge both truths. For example, I agree Jaden Daniels has areas where he needs to improve.
Mm-hmm.
He does. There are times, like some of the criticism, well, he's indecisive, he holds on to the ball, all that stuff. You have to be able to border aggressive and reckless and sort of toe that line and be on the right side of it, okay? And when we've seen Jaden be aggressive, he's been really good. And I will tell you objectively, like, LSU doesn't beat Ole Miss without Jaden Daniels. They don't beat Mississippi State. They don't beat Florida. They don't beat Alabama without Jaden Daniels.
Nope.
Without Jaden Daniels this year, you're a 5 or 6 win team. That's what you are. It took your offensive line a long time to gel. For the first half of the season, him improvising was your best offense.
Yep.
Your defense got better as the season went along, but who knows if you have the early struggles, if you continue to spiral. Like, you're a 5 or 6 win team without him. I mean, the starting quarterback is the only player on the field that's going to adjust a win total.
Well, look where LSU was picked at the beginning of the year.
Right.
You know, and they were right.
They were I think Vegas total was 7.5, somewhere around there. And they settled at 9. There were times I think you could have got it at 6.5, but either way, it was a low number relative to what we thought the expectation would be. And the reason they went over that number in large part is because of him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there's absolutely area for improvement. I'm not saying that. But you also have to acknowledge the good he did. He accounted for 65% of your offense. He threw for 2,700 yards. Someone was like, yeah, the old running back playing quarterback. The running back that threw for 2,700 yards. It's just stupid. Like, and then similarly, the people that are going to talk about Nussmeier, for example, they'll say, well, look what he did in the second half against Georgia. Okay. down 4 scores where there was really no consequence. He got to go let it rip, and he played well. Yes, played well.
Great. He did.
He also threw a terrible interception, which if you're in a 1-score game, Nussmeier pushing the ball into double coverage and throwing a bad pick is a potentially game-changing thing. But then also acknowledge that he was terrible against Southern.
Yeah.
He threw 2 awful interceptions, including a pick 6 off bounds where just flung it. When we got to see him play last year against Arkansas, he was awful. They scored 13 points in an overtime game at home against Arkansas. Like, you got to acknowledge both sides for both guys. And give me the dude that started 42 games, that's got a dynamic skill set, that has another year with this coaching staff, this system, these receivers, a better line, better, like, just better. Yeah, give me, and we've seen it happen so many times. I don't know why you would want to kick that kind of experience at that position with that type of a dynamic playmaker and just not be okay with it. It just doesn't resonate at all.
Well, I think,
it reeks of bias.
100% reeks of bias, but there's a lot of similarities when we talk about Joe. I mean, you talk about the receivers coming back, same situation, running back coming back, same situation. The offense is going to look very similar to what it looked like last year. Almost, I mean, who do you lose? Jenkins?
You lose Jure. That's the thing. You're almost your whole offense is back.
Yeah, I mean,
and Jack Best, of course, entered the portal. But man, Kayshawn returns, Malik Neighbors returns, Brian Thomas returns. You're going to get Chris Hilton off of injury. You're adding some amazing receiver talent here. We'll see what running backs return, but you just signed 2 more. You know that Josh Williams, your leading running back, returns. So Mason Taylor's back. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have.
Of course, I want my quarterback back with all that same stuff.
Yes.
So who leaves? And we talked a little bit about the Walker Howard or Nuss discussion. Do one of those guys leave? Is it a quarterback competition going in? Is that how Kelly's going to pitch it? I don't think so. I mean, he's the guy. And if you're Nussmeier, you got to go, right?
I don't know, man. I really think that. So, by the way, I think that's the most obvious answer. That's the most obvious conclusion people will draw.
He was a redshirt freshman last year, though, so he'd be a sophomore this coming up season.
Correct.
Okay. So that means.
So there's no COVID year for Nussmeier. He showed up in 21, so this was his second season. So he took a red shirt, right, and then played this year. So he's got 3 years to play 3, essentially, remaining. So the clock is ticking in that respect. But if you're Nussmeier and you decide you're going to transfer, and again, I don't know any. I want to be very transparent here. I don't know that he is or what he's thinking or anything like that. I think that's all been very hush hush. I think he's been a great team guy. I don't think there's been any dissension. So I don't want to say that there's anything along those lines. I don't know. I think we're all just looking at the state of college football today, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that, especially at that position, guys don't stay. So if you're Nussmeier and you leave, the question is, wherever you go, are you guaranteed to start? Because if not, then why not just come back to LSU where you will be the guy next year, right?
I mean, Walker Howard's in his 3rd year, basically, of being on campus. I don't know. Would he be the guy?
Well, they would compete for it.
Yeah.
But you would almost assuredly, you'd be the veteran guy with
You'd be the veteran guy,
chance.
But, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But here's what I'll say: this is the nature of college football, and I think you, especially at quarterback, you have to plan for the long term, but also react, be willing to be nimble in your ability to pivot in the short term. So yeah, of course you're going to sign a quarterback in every class. Last year you signed Walker Howard. This year you signed Ricky Collins. You're going to sign a quarterback next year. You're going to sign a quarterback every year. But also understand that there's probably a scenario where someone's going to leave, and you may have to dip into the portal and make a 1-year decision. And that's just kind of the nature of the position now.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to tell me that LSU would be better off without the guy that was their best offensive player this year, who's started for 4 years, like I don't believe that.
No.
And it's not to say that every veteran quarterback is great or would be better than an option coming behind, because you could point out, well, look at a young, like when Bryce Young was a sophomore or a redshirt freshman, or I mean, of course, there's young, very talented players, but that would play out in camp. Like that would play out if you felt like you had someone that just had to be on the field. I mean, look at what happened at Clemson this year. Ultimately, they made the decision, like, DJ Uyunglele is the veteran player, but Cade Klubnik is the guy they're going to go with. So DJ, you transferred because they realized who they had behind him. Like if that situation presented itself at LSU, I think we'd already know that.
Yeah.
All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. Make that tackle. Please. No. Yeah. When you got 6 in a hook and you give up a touchdown with 20 seconds to go in the game, that's not fun. All right. Of course, talking about betting on the Independence Bowl, which I did at DraftKings. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge. Pels played last night. They play again tonight, a little back-to-back for the Pelly Pels. Remember, all throughout the month of December, you can get a no-sweat bet for every Pelicans game. Make a bet on every Pelicans game. Remember, you got to opt in and use the promo code Baton Rouge. Please miss this, PAT. Block it, maybe. Miss it, block it. Should have bought that half a point. Should have bought the half a point. DraftKings lets you buy the half a point. Should have done it.
Should have bought the half a point.
Should have bought the half a point, friend. I should have bought that hook. What? Anyway, no sweat bet. He made it. Devastating. No sweat bet. Pels. Just go to DraftKings. Just do that.
21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Select nurses only. Max reward limits apply. One free bet issued based on amount of initial losing bet. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537.
Make the tackle, kid. I mean, why can't nobody tackle him?
Just tackle.
Just tackle him in space. His feet were flat. All you had to do was just break down and tackle him. Should have bought the half point. And kids, that's why you buy the half point.
That's it. Right there.
Okay. We'll knock out a quick break. Oh, Terrio's got breaking news, he said. So he'll break his news when we come back, and we'll talk about our favorite Christmas songs. And we'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up, so only a couple more segments to go. My last show of the year. I'm glad to be spending it with you.
Thanks. Me too. Glad to be here.
Yeah. It's great to be here. Well, there he goes. I knew it. You did it! Best cup of coffee in the world.
That's a good one, too. That was
It's great to be here.
Sneaky.
Oh, man. Elf. That was from Elf. All right, it's after further review.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org. We had a meeting, you and I, earlier this week over at the General. So impressive, man. Just a great place. Baton Rouge General Hospital. You can go participate here during the holiday season with the holiday lights at the Baton Rouge General. You get more info at brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. But I want to remind you, of course, about the Advanced Robotics Institute. The Advanced Robotics Institute at the Baton Rouge General is a one of a kind in this region. You're talking about advanced robotic surgery. And to be clear, the robot is not performing the surgery. A lot of people ask that. It's just a tool for your surgeon to be able to make a more precise incision, less downtime, minimally invasive. If it's hernia surgery or colon or rectal surgery, if it's reflux or esophageal surgery, any of your general surgery, they have surgical oncology, weight loss surgery. You can learn more at brgeneral.org in the Advanced Robotics Institute. It's at the Baton Rouge General Hospital. brgeneral.org.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Corvell Toyota family to yours.
Nearly half of children in foster care drop out of school. But you can rewrite that story. Change a child's story. Become a volunteer today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we are going to wrap up this pre-Christmas AFR and my last show of the year with a little Ask Ryan in about 10 minutes. So get your questions in. We appreciate you for being with us. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button. So one thing certainly I'm grateful for here in this year is our friends at WBRZ, who have put us back on TV. So WBTR in Baton Rouge, it's cable 19, Rev 144, and if you're a cord cutter, it's on the antenna at 36.1. So it's given a lot of our audience the opportunity, who maybe don't stream on YouTube, the opportunity to watch on cable and over-the-air TV again. So we're very, very grateful for that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, man, for sure. You got a favorite Christmas song?
I like Christmas music.
Oh,
I would say
Holy
my
Night.
favorite song, and we talked about this last week, and I can't remember the
Did
name
we?
of it. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out.
Oh, you never gave us the name of the song?
I'm gonna figure it out.
Silent Night.
That's not it.
Oh, Holy Night. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I like all of those.
O Come, Emmanuel.
They sing it in church.
Christmas in Hollis.
They don't sing that in church.
What church do you go to?
Oh, man.
Dare you to find out.
I'm going to think of the name. I'm going to get it.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Because you've had a week to figure this out.
I shot a few text messages.
Saints going to beat the Browns?
No chance.
No chance.
Too cold.
Too cold?
Yeah. Where are they playing?
Cleveland.
Yeah. They're not going to play.
It's going to be like 11 degrees.
Yeah, they're not.
Cleveland's the anus of America. It's the booty.
Channing Crowder. It's going to be like 11 degrees, and they're going to talk about wind gusts like up to 50, like 30 to 50 mile an hour gusts.
Well, the Saints can run the ball a little bit, so they might be okay.
Well, everybody fumbles.
But then they always fumble it.
You've got Kamara.
He's going to play.
You've got Taysom. I'm serious, like I would start Taysom Hill.
At running back?
At quarterback.
Why not at running back?
Why do you need Andy Dalton on the field if you can't throw the ball?
I don't know.
Just go to a single wing and let Taysom Hill play the game. I'm not advocating for Taysom Hill to be the Saints quarterback, but just for this game.
Would they be better if they ran the wing T? Would they be a better team?
No, not in the NFL.
No?
The NFL defenses are too fast and smart, and they're like so much of that is just misdirection, not being disciplined, right? But on a game like this, where you kind of just need to run it,
would the Saints win more games if JT Curtis was the head coach?
No, not in the NFL. Not if you're running the wing T. Or the way, I mean, he runs the split back veer. Not in the NFL.
Okay, split back
There's
veer.
there's a reason teams don't run that. Because at higher levels of football, like JT, like that's run at such an efficient level. That's why he's awesome. He from the time
he's the greatest.
Kids are in elementary school, they're running that offense, and so like they do get great players that go through John Curtis. Of course, we know many of them. A lot of them have played at LSU, but even when they don't have elite athletes, they're so proficient at what they do, like and you don't see it often. It's why it's hard at the high school level for teams to stop it because they don't see it every week, and they're great at it.
What if you had that offense and elite athletes?
What does it matter? Because everybody in the NFL is an elite athlete.
Oh.
They're all NFL players, but you're going against an NFL defense.
Is there any offense the Saints could run and they would win? They'd win more games?
No, they just need a better quarterback and
players in general. Receivers.
Well, they got receivers. Some of them haven't stayed healthy this year, but even still, Olave's been great. Rashid Shaheed's been a great surprise. Juwan Johnson has really emerged as a legit receiving threat as a tight end.
He's a big tight end.
I think he's the guy. He's probably the guy that they've been looking for ever since Jimmy Graham left. I mean they've got some pieces there. It's just you've got Andy Dalton playing quarterback. I mean he's better than Trevor Siemian, who played last year, but there's a reason that he got run out of Cincy and then run out of Chicago and run out of Dallas, and he's not a starting quarterback anymore. Like he's a guy who your quarterback turns his ankle, you need someone who's got a bunch of experience to go play a half a football.
They could just get the snap from the center and not fumble.
Go function your offense, sure. Yeah. But if you want Andy Dalton to win you games, he's not that. I mean, he's a guy in his mid-30s who's well past his prime, and in his prime, he was a good, never great quarterback. So
stealing money.
No, he's not.
Oh,
stealing money. He's playing. I'm not saying he's not trying. He's a good dude, good team guy, all that stuff.
Yeah,
you're just never going to win with him.
He just can't win games. He's not any good.
Is
that what you're saying?
I'm saying he's well past his prime of being a winning starting quarterback in the NFL. I think he is a more than capable backup.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Like he's got a good personality. That's what you're trying to say. Like,
no,
he's a good teammate, good team guy.
He is all of that. But backup quarterbacks are backup quarterbacks for a reason. They're not starters.
Yeah.
So the Saints have to address that position in the offseason. They will. It's just a matter of what direction they go. Is there a free agent option? We'll see. I think they're going to draft a quarterback. They need to. But their options are limited. But so, I mean, you said, is there any offense they could run? No. I mean, they need better players.
What was the offense remember when Nebraska was so good when Eric Crouch was the quarterback? Can we do that offense? What is that?
A lot of triple option.
Triple option? I'd love to do that.
No.
No?
No. There's a reason teams don't do that anymore.
I disagree. I think teams could be successful doing that.
Navy does it because they can't get players.
Yeah, but what if they had good players? That's my point.
This is what you're missing.
What if Tyreek Hill was in and he could just beat you to the edge?
Because Tyreek Hill is going to go play receiver or the version of him is going to go play receiver at a big school.
But what if he didn't, though?
But nobody does, though.
Well,
and when you're at that level,
I understand what
listen to me. And when you're at that level, everybody's defense is good enough to stop that. That's the point. That's why. Like, everybody's got big, fast, athletic defensive dudes that are just as fast as your big, fast, athletic offensive dudes.
Nobody's as fast as Tyreek Hill. They call him the cheetah for a reason.
Okay. What's your breaking news? You got breaking news. You said you had breaking news. Give me your breaking news so that way we can get to...
Do you have a sounder for it?
Oh, listen to that.
I do have breaking news. Let me ask you a question, Matt.
Okay.
What do you know about electric vehicles, EVs?
I know Volkswagen's got the all-new ID4, all-electric SUV for everyone. You can go test drive one today at South Point Volkswagen Airline just north of Highland or southpointvw.com.
What is exciting to you about that vehicle?
I know Tesla is in the electric vehicle, and Elon Musk owns that company.
Is that it? Did you know that GM is ramping up production 40% to create more electric vehicles by the year 2025?
And I also know that our government is spending a lot of money on infrastructure for charging stations and things like that around the country.
You know what the highest selling vehicle in America is?
The Ford F-150?
Chevy Silverado.
I don't think it's the Silverado. I think it's the F-150.
Chevy Silverado. It's right up there. Either or, doesn't matter. They're both going to be fully electric next year. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Silverado 2023 Q3, fully electric, all electric.
Let's see, the best, or maybe it's like a Camry. Oh, the Ford F-Series, by the way, is number
F-Series,
1.
oh, good.
Chevy Silverado is 2. The Ram 1500 is 3. Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Toyota Tacoma, Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla.
How about all this?
What that?
Electric.
Oh, they're all electric?
What is it about electric that excites you? The fact that you don't have to get your oil changed anymore?
Sure.
that.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I mean, a lot of people are driving electric cars, and you see more of them. And I've never driven one, so I really can't speak to it. I don't know. I've never driven one.
So you have to.
I do want to go test drive the ID4 at Volkswagen. I'm interested in test driving.
I want you to call me immediately after you test drive. Matter of fact, I want somebody to video you when you're test driving it because it's gonna change your life. Is it? I've had a diesel truck.
What's your breaking news? Are you are you buying an electric vehicle?
Oh yeah, I've got them on order, 100%. Got the Silverado on order. I'll get it in 2023. Here's my breaking news.
Okay.
ProCharge EV, a vehicle charging installation company, is in Baton Rouge right now. They're here installing chargers, vehicles, and homes because this is happening, by the way. Whether you like it or not, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican, whether you like gas or don't like gas, the electric vehicles are coming. Like, they are coming. The one issue is
I believe that.
Where are you going to charge it? Like, so what's going to happen there? I don't know if you've seen chargers going up around the city, but they are going up everywhere. So we have a company right here in Baton Rouge that will do that for you. They will install the chargers. Here's the issue with the chargers, though. They're not readily available. You got to order them in advance. Take some time for those guys to come in.
So why would I get the car if I can't charge it?
Well, that's the thing. That's why the cars aren't even coming out until next year, right? So you're not even going to see the vehicles. So you got to get out in front of this thing. You got to order your charger. You got to get your chargers now, or else you're not going to be able to get the car, right? You do get a charger with the car, but that charger stinks.
Okay.
Juicebox, the company Enel X, which is the largest charging, $1 billion.
What did you say?
Yeah, Juicebox, the name of the chargers.
No, the other part.
Enel X, ENELX.
Is that what
Enel X, yeah. Italian company, by the way.
Love Italians.
Yeah, I love Italians too.
Love their food.
Yeah, they're great people.
Love their shoes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're good. And I love their chargers.
Oh?
Yeah. The best vehicle charger
They
on
have
the
a
road.
lot. So do they have a lot of electric cars in Europe?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on over across the pond over there, but I do know that it's coming to America and they're coming here. EVs. Be on the lookout. I want you to be on the lookout for ProCharge EV is what I want you to do.
Okay. That's your breaking news.
Mm-hmm. Check it out.
Is to be on the lookout.
We're powering the future of ProCharge.
Okay. There's the website, huh?
Mm-hmm.
ProChargeEV.com.
So the residential model all the way to the left right there.
Are you telling me that in relatively short order I'm going to be selling electric vehicle chargers?
Very soon you are going to be educating the world about these chargers.
So that's really the breaking news.
That
is
you're
that I'm
looking
going to
at.
be selling EV chargers.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
not selling. You're educating.
Okay.
Educating.
I need to learn
what's
more.
coming. Yeah.
I
More
will. I
to come.
promise you that. So next week when I'm off, and I always say this because we got to go with every product that I endorse. Like I always want to say that I use it. And so at South Point, I've driven every vehicle that they've had. I've not driven their ID4, which is the electric vehicle. So if I'm going to talk about it, I want to be able to talk about it from experience. So I do next week when I'm off work. I do plan to go. I talked to Kelly this week over at South Point. I'm going to go test drive. They have 2 on the lot. I'm going to go test drive one next week. I've never driven an EV before.
It'll change your life.
Okay. I believe you. I mean, look, I believe the infrastructure is coming.
It's fun too. Like, when you hit a drill and you're drilling something in, it's zzz, like, there's no lag time. You hit the gas, there's no lag time there.
Oh, no kidding.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're a business owner and don't have these, then you're behind.
You don't have a charger.
They're going to your competition so they can charge their car.
I see them around. Like I see them at.
There's a couple.
They've got some. So I went to a meeting at Lod Cook at LSU's campus. They have some over there.
Hammond Air Plaza just installed 10.
Okay.
Right there.
And by Acme.
Yep. And then there's a few over there by Lululemon off Perkins.
Yeah, by Acme.
Yeah, but Hammond Air is.
No, I know Hammond Air, but I was saying the one by Acme.
Yeah, the one's by Acme too.
Yeah, by Lulu on Perkins. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. ProCharge EV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. So you're telling me I'm going to be selling electric chargers?
Not selling.
I'm fired up about it. I'll sell a gang of electric chargers. You want to? Everyone who drives an electric vehicle, you're getting your charger from me, from ProCharge. What I'm doing. That's your breaking news.
That's my breaking news.
Okay. I got to start selling Pro Charge. Electric vehicle charge.
We could give away hats too, maybe. I don't know. We'll do some Pro Charge.
We're gonna,
you know what we're going to give away?
We're going to give away chargers.
You're giving away chargers.
We're going to just throw them in the studio.
We're giving away chargers.
Okay. It's after further review. We will do a very quick and abbreviated Ask Ryan to wrap up the show next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Siega near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Any of the 4 locations, tell you every single day. Buy local, shop local over at Clegg's Nursery. As we head toward the new year, remember, this is the perfect time of year to plant trees and shrubs. They have a great selection of citrus trees right now over at Clegg's Nursery. So maybe you want some privacy shrubs from your neighbors. Clegg's has a great selection, great inventory, so get on by and see our friends at Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations, you know where they are all over town. They've been an institution for more than 60 years. And remember, Clegg's is partnered with True Value Hardware Store. So anything you'd find at a True Value Hardware Store, you'll also find at Clegg's Nursery. So if you're a green thumb or a do-it-yourselfer, it's one-stop shop at Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old marks. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and a crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Black Widow Jeep Gladiators in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Down the stretch, we come final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We got like a minute left, so we're going to go rapid fire here. By the way, shout out to John, who...
There, Matt, Terrio, and Musso. Santa's here. Just wish you a Merry,
he's a dude that like has legit Santa beard and all, and play. I'm gonna protect John's last name, but he'll pop in at remotes. He's come to Don Juan a few times. Muse has met him, so Paulie hasn't met him, but
he's Santa.
Yes. Anyway, he sent us a Santa greeting. Logan said, "Ask Ryan, ham, turkey, or other for Christmas."
Turkey.
Carrie Moe asked Ryan, "Does Connor Griffin make it to campus?"
Yep.
Clark Dennis, remember when the department stores would offer gift wrapping?
Yes.
Hunter said, "Who's shorter, Terrio or a gremlin?"
That's not funny.
My guy Jeff Hawk. Anticlimactic announcement.
Oh, shut up, Jeff. We're going to talk later.
Muse, Paulie, thanks. Merry Christmas, fellas. Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming in, as always. Y'all have a very, very Merry Christmas. A Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2023. See ya.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, jump in on this with me, Mr. The Right.
Okay.
There. We're brought to you by Mold Zero.
Oh, yeah, I like Mold
Mold-0USA.com.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell people about the process there at Mold Zero?
The dry fog process, right? So when you kill mold, generally there's a wet spray or you wipe something down. If mold gets on your soft goods, furniture, then you just throw it out, right?
Soft goods?
Yeah, your furniture, whatever, you just throw it out. With the dry fog process they use at Mold Zero, you don't have to throw anything away.
Nothing.
It's a dry fog.
Dry.
It's legit dry to touch, right? So it kills everything, literally everything, every virus under the sun. The dry fog gets in, penetrates into carpet, underneath baseboards, everything, right? Then you wipe it down. Mold's gone. Matter of fact, we've done it at a lot of places here locally. It really works. Really cool. Call them.
It's Mold Zero. Mold-0USA.com. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, servicing the greater Baton Rouge, New Orleans areas. To learn more or to schedule that estimate, it's mold-0USA.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2022 Ford F-150, plus no payments for 90 days and 2.9% APR for 72 months. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution. A network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev.